Yo, Golson, boom. Look at that shit. Damn, somebody trying to do that shit the next motherfucking day. Damn. All right, how everybody doing this Sunday? Apologies for the. I know this one was much later than normal. This one's on me. Oh, Solo, how much is the? I don't know if you ever been towed. You ever had your car towed in Arizona since you've been there?
No, I obey traffic laws.
I obey them too, goddamn. They need to learn to obey me, goddamn it. You have any idea like what the normal tow price of what's when you get towed?
No, I obey laws. I don't get my car towed.
Whatever. Your ass got a ticket before. I'm good, Palmer. Besides California deciding to tow my freaking car. Clowns. Caught my ass slipping.
Ask him what law was he violating.
I wasn't violating no law. They were violating me. Like basically where I was parked at, they pretty much they start towing at 1. Bro, them motherfuckers, I came down there to go move it. It probably was like 103. They looked like I already had it on the had it on the truck. I already gone, leaving out. I was like, damn, y'all don't give no grace period. Damn, it's like they had to been out there just lurking for them to catch me in like 3 minutes, bro. Oh, nothing's wrong with the car. It just got towed, and I had to pay way more than I would want to pay to get it out. Like California, they be robbing folks. I paid $513 to get it out. It wasn't even in there a day.
That sound about right.
Nah, that sounds bullshit if you ask me. I don't like that. But it wasn't bad as the other time though. When I got told in Glendale, that's because I didn't pay my registration. My bullshit. Them motherfuckers hit my head for 1,000. That I was like, boy, I'll never do that again.
Sounds like this happens to you a lot.
1 year, look, 2022, yeah. 2022, they caught me probably like 4 times. It was insane. And this is my first time getting told in about 4 years. So I was on a roll, and then they got mad today. Yeah, dollar. You know how they do us, man. They be looking for shit.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, though, other than that, other than me getting my car towed, how's everybody feeling today?
I'm okay. It sucks to have to go to work tomorrow.
I know it do.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
You got another case that you gotta go to, or what's going on with that?
Don't ask me no question.
I mean, you brought the shit up, so I was thinking obviously you wanted folks to know about it.
No, everybody go to work on Monday. It's Monday. It's the first day of the work week. Everybody go to work.
All right.
Not just me.
All right. What's up, Abby? I hate tow truck drivers too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I be thinking about it, like, man, I need to probably put some money into investing in some tow trucks. Have the motherfuckers out there making me some money.
Yeah.
They be making bank.
Who my fist? You always.
Didn't I just
Oh my God.
Started early.
I know, right?
Crank it up.
I'm sitting here like, Luma Fist, every time you come to check, you got a problem.
you
You be complaining. Y'all say black people complain. God damn. What you want a motherfucker to bounce down to your feet every day? Please.
Okay, let me try
I'm
this.
just fucking with you. But no, here you are complaining again.
Oh, you want Puma Fish? That's good entertainment.
Please.
I want to know how nephew doing. It's May, nephew. It's about that time. Don't get quiet on us now.
What's May?
Graduation. Nephew's supposed to be graduating from college.
Oh shit, from college.
Uh-huh.
I was about to say, I thought you was about to say high school. I was about to say, now he know he too young. On his damn heart.
Yeah.
That's what's up. You talking about ghosting?
Yeah, go.
We talk
Yeah,
about it.
that's what's up, ghosting.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to let's see if I can take it. How's the feedback, Jamie?
It's cool. It ain't cool. My damn connection. I don't know what's up.
Turn the let's see if I can turn the TV on. If I can use the ring light. No Cairo today?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him.
Cairo sleep.
Probably.
Jamie has started. Jamie late.
Yeah.
Darling, darling,
He
you ready?
said 7:30 Eastern. I was like, Eastern?
I didn't say Eastern. I said 10:30 Eastern. See, that's your problem.
No, you said 7 to 10:30
7:30
Eastern.
for us. 10, and then I said
Nah, it wasn't that clear. I thought you were saying that's the time frame we gonna be doing this live today from 7:30 to 10:30.
that's why I put Eastern, so that should let you know that's not what I was saying.
No, it wasn't
Well,
that clear.
I'll take that blind. It's all good.
I'm trying to find a power switch on the TV, Jamie. Hold on. So I can use the ring light. I got the USB.
Yeah, you got the so you got the USB.
Ghostin, what you majoring in?
Yeah, what's your major, bro? Business, I think you said. I ain't gonna lie, Ghostin got kind of quiet a couple weeks ago, so I hope Ghostin ain't missed no credit. I've been asking him the last few shows, and he ain't really responded to that. I said, "Damn,
He said he graduated. He said he graduating in business.
All right. So let us find out. Ghostin missed the credit.
That's
Darla ready to pull up just in case Cairo don't show up.
Yeah, hey, darling, you trying to come up? I do want another female opinion about a few of these.
Now we hope Cairo come through, but just in case, because she was ready last Sunday.
She was on Jamie ass last Sunday.
Well, she was ready, but we ran out of time. I think you had logged off, Solo. She was ready to come up. Yeah, it was
Oh, you
gonna
talking
be.
about Darling.
Yeah, Darla.
Stop
I
it.
was talking about Cairo. I said Cairo was on Jamie's ass last week.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, shit. Huh? Yeah, I mean, y'all stay growing good for the.
No,
Okay.
We are not about to sit here and listen to you back on that damn shit.
what's up? What up, you big stacks? New sub.
Mm-mm.
Which channel are you on? Like, what channel are you subscribing to? I can find out.
All I see. She was on his ass last week, wasn't she? I had myself on mute. I ain't had no internet.
Like that, huh? All right, let's see if this ring light work. The survey says we can get this ring light to work. There we go. All right.
Nobody tell me what we here for. No.
That shit bright as a motherfucker. LEC was good with you. Podcasting live. Great state of Texas. Home effects in the house. I'll try if Cairo doesn't make it. I need to charge my head.
We hear a little static from y'all.
Yeah, I'm hearing it though.
Let me go on mute.
Says you need to charge your headphones. Well, until then, we'll let you come up. I'm gonna go ahead and start the topics. So to start this thing out, the stuff about to get crazy because I gotta say, the toxic community has been out of control. I'm sorry, the toxic community of AKA Megan Thee Stallion fans has been out of control. So let me tell y'all something. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all probably have heard this so
Women, for the
far.
most part, most of them go through a celibacy stage.
No. But basically, what they starting is a cheat for Meg trend. And when I first saw this, I'm like, bro, this can't be real. This can't be real. But unfortunately, it was real.
Let me know if the static come back.
It's definitely
Damn. All right.
so. Hold on. So, Solo, are you familiar with the cheat for Meg trend that started?
No.
Hold on, real quick. I couldn't believe this. So basically, I'm not going to even share a video with it. I'll just explain it real fast. So pretty much what this is women have started, certain women, not all of y'all, of course, but it's certain ones, Megan Thee Stallion fans that are very upset about the Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion situation. They have started a trend that says the cheat first in support of Megan Thee Stallion. So basically, what they are implying, if you have a man, cheat on him right now so that you can cheat first before you get cheated out. So I thought that shit was like insane. And I wanted to open that up for discussion because I think this is more of an example of what I've been saying. Men and women, we just definitely don't understand each other. And I also got another post in support of that, of a brother kind of breaking down what is going on with the Megan and the Klay Thompson situation, and I definitely want to hear. Well, actually, ladies and the men's opinion on this. Did he get this right, or is this some bullshit? I don't know if y'all can see it. Here's the post. The man says, "Be for real. Clay, one of the richest men on earth. Women throwing themselves at him daily. You know how hard it is to say no 500 times a day." And then he even put in an equation. It says, money is to women as cat is to men. So basically, he goes on to say, if a woman was offered money from 500 men a day, you think she's saying no because she got a man? So is he right or is he wrong?
You're right. It ain't take long to formulate that answer. No, that's a great. It's my first time hearing it put that way.
I
How
know.
was
When I
he's
said
spot on.
that nigga cooking.
Yeah, he's spot on with that. That's a great comparison. How's the static? No static, right?
It's all right.
All right. Now he's spot on with that. Especially when he got to the part that they wouldn't turn the money down. I don't give a damn how loyal your lady is. She not what he said, 500 dudes a day?
Yeah.
Shit. Damn, that wouldn't want her to turn the money down. I got a few pimp bones in my body, baby. Get that money. Just don't go nowhere with it.
Right. Just
Shit.
find a way to utilize it.
Yeah, let's spin it together. Shit.
What's
Take
up,
me out.
Slim?
Well, what's good, Talia? Hey, y'all. Hey. Mine gone. Ali
Who's
C.
kind of static?
Go back on mute.
But I just say I guess it depends on the woman. I mean, where y'all at in a relationship and what type of loyalty she owes you. I'm thinking if you got a wife and she's loyal only to you, just like if you got a husband and he's loyal only to you, there isn't anyone outside of his loyalty to you, his dedication to you, his commitment to you, is going to warrant him to change his behavior. If your man is cheating on you, if your woman is cheating on you or accepting this from that man, accepting that from that man, and they are cheating on you, then that's just what's in them. That it's not they're not loyal to you. But I'm thinking that if you're married to someone, no matter what other people do or offering you around them, you're going to choose your spouse every time. So you're not going to want to sway away from your wife, right? Or your husband, right? Just like if you're married to one good woman and you're dedicated to her, and it's a commitment between you and her, and you're a loyal person with good values and good moral standards, women can throw themselves at you all day and you're not going to be tempted. That's what I would consider to be a well-grounded man. I mean, you can't be tempted by what other people are doing. Just like women, if you're married and you're committed to this man, no matter what other men throw at you, you're not going to budge because you're loyal to that man, right? And I feel like people that can be swayed based on money or sex or whatever, it sort of rubs me, I don't know, it sort of rubs me the wrong way because now it was like, I really can't trust you for real. Because you can be swayed by temptation versus your moral standards and you being a good person, you being a decent human being and being committed to what your word is. So, I mean, cheating is just so much more than cheating. So it really digs into what who that person is and their moral standards and what I think that's what makes the person is them having a certain standard of what they would and would not do, and them sort of wanting to live their life in compliance with that, right? In compliance with what their good morals and values are, depending on what they consider it to be. So to me, I'm thinking to myself, if your moral standards is that you can cheat on your wife, if women throw you enough, say they want to have sex with you and you can cheat on your wife just because women are offering you sex, and you can cheat on your husband just because men are offering you money, that seems like I really can't trust you, because your standards and what your morals are, what you consider to be good morals and good values, aren't at the level that mines are. And so now it's like, you really could fuck me in the ass. I mean, like, not fuck me in the ass technically. I'm like, you really could cheat me out of something and not think anything of it, because somebody tempted you, or somebody offered you more money, or somebody, instead of you just being the person you're supposed to be by your word. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but at the same
Yeah. I mean, just
time, would you actually, because obviously, because the dude made the comparison about 500 men offering money.
right. So we was having fun with that. Keep
Hey,
going, Jay. Yeah.
let's say each dude is going to offer a different amount. So some of the dudes, the lower value dudes, they might be offering, let's say, $10. Hey, here's $10 just because, $20 just because. But the top tier dudes, they offering thousands. Here, girl. Here go 10 bands. It ain't nothing. Here you go. You gonna say no? You're probably not.
If
And
I'm married, of course.
it's equivalent to, well, they in this situation, Klay Thompson and Megan wasn't married.
I mean, I get that, but I mean, I get that part. But I'm saying,
So
that's
it's
why I said
equivalent
if I'm
to
married, then
a gorgeous woman, 500 gorgeous women coming to him and telling all of them no. Because I'm just
so
saying, you can't make me believe that majority of the women won't take thousands of dollars if a dude just offered. They're
I
gonna take.
mean, it depends. Like I said, it depends on your morals and your standards and your commitment to your other partner. If you're in a committed relationship and y'all are supposed to be exclusive, nothing somebody else outside of your relationship can make you do something,
Mhm.
right? Just like if Klay Thompson is in a committed relationship with Megan, and they supposed to be committed, is no way 100 other women are supposed to sway you out of their relationship. Just, I mean, what? So you're cheating on the person you're supposed to be committed to because of what? Sex?
No, well, since y'all got serious so fast, I was still having fun with the 500. But let's get serious. No, what if he got tired of her, Solo? And that happened.
Then why not break up with her,
Good
right?
point. Good point.
Break up with her,
Uh huh.
and then you free to go do whatever the hell you
Right.
want
I'm,
with
I'm
whatever
back.
other
What?
women.
Uh,
I
I,
mean,
I,
isn't that like
I,
what?
I, I didn't expect you to clap back like that. But like Darla said, they hadn't already went public. Then you find her comment.
The
They hadn't
reason
already
why,
went.
remember,
Is that my phone? Dang. That's
we
my
talked.
shit.
Yeah,
Hold on. Go ahead.
we talked about this on your TikTok live one time, or one of your cousins' TikTok live. But anyways, the reason is niggas don't want to get rid of the house pussy. I told you that. I don't give a damn. Like, let's say another random bad bitch show up. She fine as hell. You caught up in the moment. Keep in mind, he's a basketball player. He traveling all the time. So she fine as hell, and he was like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and smash that. But hey, when I go home, I want my house with it. So Megan was the house with it. He went for the breakup. And on top of that, he talked to her. Apparently, they say he talked to her and told her he was honest enough to her and said that he don't know if he can be monogamous to her, and she didn't like that.
There it is. So I didn't know that part. That's a good detail.
Yeah.
Since y'all want to get serious so fast, that's it. So if he said that, that was the first hit. Solo, Cairo, Dollar.
To me, this whole, I just don't agree with the whole premise that men can be led by wanting to fuck. Like, you're willing to betray a relationship, whether it's a business, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a business relationship, a romantic relationship, a friendly platonic relationship. The fact that you guys are led by sex, you're willing to do something that you know you ain't got no business doing just because you want to have sex is crazy work. It's
All right.
crazy work. And
Solo, I
that is,
want.
that should be, like, y'all should be shamed for that.
So good point, Solo. But I want your take on what if he was tired of her? I don't think you responded to that. Well, you did respond to that. You said he should have called it off.
Absolutely. You don't go and do something like that behind somebody's back. And it's just not Clay Thompson. This is for all this. I was in a relationship, but I saw a pretty lady and I wanted to smash. So I felt like I could do that and go back to my girlfriend.
Well,
Like, that is
unfortunately,
insane.
this is the thing. It is a, it's his brother that I know. He broke it down really well. He gave it a, he actually had a name for it. I don't remember the name, but basically, a lot of dudes suffer from, let's say they not around a woman for a while, or they having a break or whatever it is, and then you'll go and smash somebody. She could look good or whatever. You'll think you want it at the time, and then as soon as you bust that nut, you'll be like, why the hell did I even do this? And I know that feeling. I done did that shit a lot of times. I'm like, and then a lot of times, like if we at my place or something like that, I'm like, I don't even want your ass here no more. Like, get an Uber. So, I mean, I get it.
And then we don't want to hear you complain about how females are doing you so bad and doing all of that.
Uh huh.
Who complain?
If
Yep.
y'all are willing to act like that, letting sex dictate your behavior, women really do not want to hear how bad females are treating y'all when this is the type of behavior that y'all doing. I
Are
mean,
women?
because wouldn't you be dealing sort of with low caliber women if they are allowing you to do this?
So, Paul, if you the UAN channel is for TV, mostly TV and entertainment. If you want to do only see sports, you're gonna have to subscribe over to the UAN hoops channel. This is UAN TV. That's why when I be on the hoops channel, I be telling people subscribe over to that channel. Puma says sex is the most powerful drive humans have. Hey, it's how we create.
That's the fact.
Yeah.
That's the biological fact. It's a drive. It's called the sex drive.
And you
Salute
can't
you,
control
Abdul.
it or no?
Yeah, we can. What Solo? Good question, and there's some good comments that need to be read too. Instead of me running my mouth, let me fit a few in. Because my girl Ali C, she cooking. She said, if you cannot overcome lust, you are weak. That's Ali C. And then she backed it right up with Iceberg Slim. What you know about Iceberg Slim, Ali? Iceberg Slim said, bust a nut in your hand is better than messing up your life. From the iconic Iceberg Slim. Darla said, yeah, but he broke up after months of commitment, buying a house together. Damn, see, I wasn't keeping up with them like that. I didn't know they made those type of investments.
Hold on, who said that?
Darla said that. Yep. But he broke up after months of commitment, buying a house together, introducing her to his family. I didn't know all
They didn't
this.
buy no house together.
He knew he wasn't ready. Damn, see, Jamie, you didn't prepare me for all that. I didn't know all that now. That's some fresh details.
I
He
don't
got
think they
tired
got
of
no
her.
house.
I know women. And I know us. We get tired. He got tired of her. Listen, and Jamie, cut me off if I'm breaking bro code. The pursuit, the challenge of chasing a bad chick and actually getting her. Once you get her, the thrill is gone. I'm not breaking bro code, am I?
I mean, it's kind of right.
So once a dude, if you add a chick, I mean, this Megan top five when it comes to female rappers. I mean, she the hot. What is it called? Hot girl summer. She hot girl summer right now. Clay bag her. This is just my 2 cent opinion, y'all. After a while, that shit get old. Y'all have heard me use this analogy before, and I'm back quiet. It's like buying a brand new house and you got a pool in the back, and you hitting that pool every day of the week when you first get the house. 6 months to 9 months to a year later, you barely putting your toe in that the sucker. You know what I mean? So, I hate to compare women to objects like that, but I think people get tired of everything, and I'm just saying I think that's what happened. I didn't have the details Darla put out there either. So knowing that he bought a house, come on, y'all. But he got the money to do it. So I think it got old to him. Okay, I got her. Shit, we 6, 7 months in now. I'm ready for something new. I done seen her with all the makeup off. I'll leave it there.
Well, I'm gonna say this too. I told y'all what I thought it was. I think it's deeper than that. I said this the moment they got started. I said it's not gonna last. There's no way in hell this man is gonna wife up nobody like her. And then on top of that, I believe it was a publicity stunt. I told people this was just so that they can blow over the Tory Lanez situation. Remember, prior to this, everybody was talking about the Tory Lanez case because it was new evidence that came out proving Tory didn't shoot her. The bodyguard was talking about it. The bodyguard of her friend Kelsey basically came out and confirmed it. And then it was 2 other eyewitnesses that came out and said he didn't shoot her. So it was getting very hot in that kitchen. So she needed something to polish her image because a bunch of men was definitely on her ass. Of course, the loyal Megan supporters was still backing her because they didn't give a damn. But the play was just the thing so that y'all can remember her as a sweet girl, as a lover, and stuff like that. That's a nice woman, and they got treated wrong, so that can be the story instead of remembering she did another black man wrong. It's clear as day. That's what this was for. I said this almost a year ago.
You definitely called the publicity stunt. I heard you say that. That's a vivid memory of you saying that. Let me know if the feedback get not in hand. You definitely called the publicity stunt thing. I remember that. So credit to you for calling it that. Shit. Damn, y'all. Hello. Let me go. How's the feedback, Jamie?
It's still there.
Damn. I might have to go to the next. Okay, give me a second.
Ron said, "Why is divorce so expensive? It's worth it." What? Tory Craig wasn't helping her do that. Yeah, because for one thing, Tory Craig is not big enough. You got to think about it. Tory Craig is not even a recognizable person. Now, I've seen a lot of people say that Klay Thompson was not people, a lot of ignorant women say that Klay Thompson was a nobody, and nobody knew who he was until Megan Thee Stallion blew him up, which is absolutely insane to say that a 4-time NBA champion, one of the best players, I would say he's top 100 possibly players of all time to ever play the game. One of the best shooting guards, for sure one of the greatest shooters, one half of the Splash Brothers. To say he was a nobody is insane. But Tory Craig He's an NBA player. I mean, I watch the NBA, so I know who it is, but I'm pretty sure Solo don't know who that is. Taj probably don't know who that is. Majority of us in the chat probably don't know who that is, unless you are a basketball fan. So Torrey Craig wasn't gonna cut it. Like, they'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool, but somebody like of Clay's caliber to be with her and be in the spotlight and stuff like that, yeah, that'll carry weight. That's the whole purpose of it.
How's the feedback now?
I mean, we can hear you clear, but it's still there. Like, it got that little.
It might be the phone. I'm gonna switch to the backup. Usually it don't do that until I get down to like 20%. But I'm gonna switch over to the other iPhone. Solo, what's on your mind?
Now the Tory Lanez thing did not die down. It came back up because I was reporting. I can actually show you right now. If I go to my channel, go back to the I want to say it was August, early September. It was hot. They was talking about it because they had came out with new evidence and they was trying to open the case back up. It was getting hot because that's when the bodyguard that I'm talking about, that's when he released his statement. It was getting big. And that's when all of a sudden she popped up with Klay Thompson.
Okay, let me scroll up. Try to catch as many comments as I can. Solo, you quiet over there. And it don't seem like Cairo coming through, so maybe Darla and got cold feet on. It's all good. If you cannot overcome, okay, I read that one already. Ali C, I read the Iceberg Slim comment. Puma Fizz, sex is the most powerful drive humans have. That's a fact. We read that one already. It can be controlled for sure, but it's a strong drive. That's for sure. Control that drive. Easier said than done. Ali C. Easier said. It's one of the strongest. The drive. Y'all know I produce rom-com material, so I do a lot of research on this shit. The sex drive is right next to hunger and thirst. So think about women can relate to being hungry and thirsty, but y'all can't relate to a man's sex drive. But scientifically, biologically, the drive for sex they say in the brain, I think it's in the stem of our brain, it sits right next to hunger and thirst. That's how strong it is. So what y'all can relate to is when you feeling hungry and thirsty, you know. But y'all not men, so y'all don't know how strong that drive. That's why niggas will go out and smash almost anything when if you don't know how to control your urges. Them late night booty calls and you don't want to be seen with in public, shit like that. That's where it come from, because that sex drive is just so strong. You want to get that nut off. All right, I'm back quiet.
Shit, Torrey Craig probably had more money for real. More money than Meg. The hate for Meg, especially from a lot of men, is so bad. I don't think any kind of stunt would help. So I think the relationship. See, this is what I'm talking about. Was real. This is what I'm talking about. I don't understand. And this is the double standard I be talking about. If a black man was to, for sure, got proven to be guilty, like there's no way, like for sure, we were framing a black woman for something she didn't do, y'all would tear the house down for it. That's what would happen. But since we're holding her accountable because we don't like to see other men get framed and go into jail, then on top of that, he is a father. If you go and look at that case, there's no doubt whatsoever that Tory Lanez didn't shoot that one. So how are we hating Megan because we dislike the fact that she did that?
Well, I mean, I'm no Megan fan, but I will say that black men all over the country get charged and convicted of crimes that they don't do. Y'all don't go up for them. Black men ain't in the streets for them. So it's, to me, I find it ironic that y'all can pick this one case and say we gonna hold this black woman accountable, which she does need to be held accountable for. But let's not act like y'all give a damn about black men getting charged with crime that they didn't do. Like black men are the highest exonerated of crimes that they commit. You guys ain't in the city council in these legislative protesting, asking them to change laws that prevent y'all from getting in. Y'all don't even when the prosecutor y'all ain't into the streets or trying to make any changes as it relates to black men being found guilty of crimes they didn't commit. So I think it's ironic that y'all, I guess, because he famous, y'all give a damn about that. But there's plenty of black men in jail right now for crimes they didn't commit. Y'all ain't in the streets about that.
We ain't in the streets about this either, so I don't understand your point for that. All we did
But
was
yeah, but y'all are you're saying right now that we're gonna hold Megan accountable for her getting a black man locked up for a crime that he committed, which I say yes, be on board with that. But I mean y'all are specifically pointing out this case instead of the other 100,000 cases of the exact same thing. Y'all don't talk about that. We never hear black men talking about the incarcerated rate of other black men in jail. We don't hear y'all talking about that. So do y'all really care about black men going to jail for crimes they didn't commit? Or do y'all only care about this rich one that went to jail for a crime he didn't commit?
I care more about the current case because I think black men and black women can learn from it. The case with her and Tory, to me, that's old news. It's up to y'all if y'all want to let that hijack the segment. The segment's supposed to be about Clay and Megan, and we all can relate to being cheated on. So I think we could pull more from the Clay and Megan situation than going back to Black history about. And that's just my 2 cent opinion. Let me squeeze this comment in real quick. I think it's kind of funny. Miles the Outcast say Megan thought catfish and spaghetti would keep him. Ooh wee. All right, I'm back quiet, y'all. Hit the mute button. I'll be back.
so Darla, you said nobody dragged the friend that got immunity. Well, I absolutely did. I called it the moment that I seen the stuff going on. I was on her ass. That's me. I don't know about the other dudes and stuff like that, but I did absolutely see other men saying that, yeah, it was definitely that friend. It was not Tory. And they was getting on her ass. But to address what Solo just said, that's just, unfortunately, that's just the world. If it's somebody that isn't a public figure, you're probably not going to hear about it. And people aren't searching for it, looking for somebody to do that. It's just what it is. So
That's why I
with
said
that,
y'all don't really care. That's why I said y'all don't really care about black men going to
it
jail
doesn't
for
mean
crimes
that
they
don't
ain't
nobody
committed.
care. It meant
Y'all
what.
ain't looking it up. Y'all not working together as black men to fix it, to do anything about it. So how do y'all not care?
Anyways, like I was saying, it's not that no one cares. It's the fact that we see this one and we're like, there's some bullshit. And if we saw every case like that, I'm pretty sure more would call it out. It
So
ain't just
other than dogging Megan out, what are y'all gonna do about black men going to jail for crimes they didn't commit? What are black men gonna do about that?
I'm going to go to the comment section. My bad. I mean, all
like I
right.
said, it's a visibility thing. If all of them was blasted on the front, like people to see, it would do it. The problem is you don't hear about it.
All right. Grand Main, what up, Grand Main? I don't know the Tory Lane. Okay, you read that already. Uh, Drive when family is part. That's a good comment, Puma Fist. The drive gets under control when family is prioritized, but they hadn't created a family yet. Why is divorce? You read that one already. Explain that more. It's supposed to be until death do you part, not until you get bored. But as the segment said, when you got options like Clay had, and you potentially got bored. This is just my assumption, and maybe he got bored of Meg because he got so many options. Shit, you might cheat just to get out the damn relationship. And that's me not thinking or speaking for him, but putting myself in his shoes. If I'm like, man, I'm tired of this chick. And that's a weak excuse. I'm with you on that, Ali C. You made that comment earlier. All right, back to the show. Did Megan score 60 points in 11 dribbles? That's from JP is my king. And, okay, first ballet, Hall of Fame, all those guys were pretty much lit before her too. That's a fact. That's Miles the Outcast. Sex drive gets under control once you have children. The family takes priority, and the children become the focus. We spoke on that last week. I don't think Puma Fist came through last week when we was putting the things in order. The children become the focus. That puts less importance on sex. Fully agree with that. All right, y'all jump in whenever y'all ready. I'm just trying to catch up with some of these comments. A lot of fathers are having to reverse that influence. That's Grand Main.
I mean, as to relates to the topic, I've never seen the trend. I don't keep up with the trend. I don't keep up with famous relationships. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it on TikTok, and I'm wondering, why is this even a conversation? Who cares? But
Right.
apparently, for the younger generation, this is like a thing. Like they in TikTok lives having like discussions about it, where they like getting riled up and getting elevated. I'm sitting here like, do we really care? But I'm thinking maybe this is like for the younger generation, maybe like 21, 22, 23, and
Uh-huh.
like maybe Megan fans that keep up with this, maybe keep up with that. But it's just, I that's not something that I entertain.
I scrolled past it too. I saw the headline, but it didn't grab my attention like that. So, that's a good point you made. I definitely scrolled past it. I saw Cheat for Meg. I didn't care to look into what it was about, but now, we talking about it, so now we know. All right, it's a proximity thing. That's G Man again. They want the baddies, so this the consequences of it. That's Ali C. Women settle all the time. So Ali C and Puma Fist going back and forth.
I think he was saying that women shouldn't because they can't afford to, which which I actually agree with him on that. Is it doesn't make sense for a woman to settle because, like he said, it's their job to attach themselves to the strongest man possible. But at the same time, you also gotta know that, okay, I got this amount of baggage, so I probably don't qualify for that high. But I'm not selling for something that's lower than what I know I do deserve. And vice versa for men. If you know good well you ain't got your shit together, you ain't doing this and that, you can't be expecting to have, you know, the prettiest of women, the best caliber of women. Well, it's both ways.
Well, I just think the hype wore off, y'all. I know y'all getting tired of me making the same point, but I think the hype wore off. To Jamie's point about the publicity stunt, if it was a publicity stunt or not, let's say it wasn't a publicity stunt, they just did it for the hype. Once the hype wear off, that shit get old. And if you got all these options, you like, damn, what the hell have I got myself into? That's it. Especially with Darla saying they bought a house. I didn't know all that. I mean, that's a deep commitment to buy a house with somebody and then, fuck it up. Women settle. Everybody trying to justify cheating though, and that's bad faith discourse. That's from G Main. And he came back with men and women. Darla agree with him. All right, so where we at with it, y'all? All right, they want the baddies. I read that one already. Solo got a point, but it's about where you are with stuff like that. That's from G. Uh-huh. Yeah, both women should be held accountable. Yeah, both women. All right, that's G Man again.
All right.
As in our home front, we can't convince y'all. That's Chris. You got it, Jay.
I'm gonna move on.
Rich Porter said that's the dumbest point of the night so far. I'm not sure who he responded to, but hey, what up, Rich? Rich Porter. Shout out to the Rich Porter from Harlem. Paying for. You got it, Johnny.
So moving along, this goes back to the topic where did I have that video saved? I'm pretty sure I do. Let me look at it. Or perhaps not. Let's see. But yeah, the next topic we're going to talk about men that were raised by single mothers, because this comes from the rapper Mace. He was having a conversation with Cameron, and basically what he was implying is that men that were raised by a single mother has a hard time listening to other men, like I guess for advice or things like that. I didn't watch the whole clip of it, but I caught a glimpse of it. I was going to make it. Taj, we already discussed this briefly. I'm going to share it right here for everybody to see it, and we can come back and react to it and agree to disagree or disagree on what Mace is saying here.
You're a different man, you're a different boy, and you don't like hearing stuff from other men. Like, that's really one of the biggest issues I see in hip-hop and in sports, that you just have a bunch of guys that were raised by their mothers, so they never heard a man's take on what they're doing, so they can't hear it. And then we get upset, Killer. You be like, but he'll listen to his girl. He'll listen to his girl because he was raised listening to a woman. He don't listen to men at all. You'll say you have a problem with authority. No, he just have a problem with men. But if a woman tell him something, she can get him to bring his whole check to her, and it's crazy. So for all of you listening,
that's a really good point, man.
Yeah, is just raised by their mothers. I had a stepfather, you had a grandfather, so when a guy say what he said, that's what it is. That's why we carry that. So all they know is tantrums. All they know is attitude and facial expressions. People walk by, you like, why is he making his face like that? Because his mother used to do that. That's how his mother raised him. He's sassy.
Great point.
Not even a huge fan of Cam or Mace and their platform, but I'm a huge fan of this message from Mace, man. It is evident sometimes of those who have never dealt with, especially an adult male, a male who might have corrected or disciplined or just set some boundaries. You can tell the people, male and female, who just don't respond to a male voice. And Tony Evans calls it the lion's roar. And sometimes you don't understand that lion's roar is to protect, correct, discipline, hold accountable, make responsible. But if you've never lived or heard that roar, it'll cause some friction. It'll cause some fear. It'll cause some resistance. So I 100% co-sign this message from Mace, man, and do some self-inventory and see if that's you. And then you can kind of make the correction, or you can kind of deal with things a little bit different. But this is why we say father figures are essential, because all of us need to hear that voice at some point in our life. Y'all be cool.
When you're raised by your mom, you're a different man. You're a different boy, and you don't like.
All right. So that's what Solo, did you catch that?
No.
I figured. I'll let it run one more time for Solo so she can hear it.
Hearing stuff from other men. Like that's really one of the biggest issues I see in hip hop and in sports. That you just have a bunch of guys that were raised by their mothers. So they never heard a man's take on what they're doing. So they can't hear it. And then we get upset, Killer. You be like, but he'll listen to his girl. He'll listen to his girl because he was raised listening to a woman. He don't listen to men at all. You'll say you have a problem with authority. No, he just I have a problem with men. But if a woman tell him something, she can get him to bring his whole check to her, and it's crazy. So for all of you listening,
That's a really good point, man.
yeah, this is just raised by their mothers. I had a stepfather, you had a grandfather, so you know when a guy say what he said, that's what it is. That's why we carry that. So all they know is tantrums. All they know is attitude and facial expressions. People will walk by you like, why is he making his face like that? Because his mother used to do that. That's how his mother raised him. He's sassy.
Great point.
So I'm gonna cut him out. I don't really think his part is good. That's right. That's static is bad. Yo, did you hear it that time? What's going on? Hey, Todd.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
you can hear
Yo,
me.
you got some really bad static or something over there.
You can hear me, Jay.
Yeah, I can.
All right, because I can't hear. It's not coming through on this end.
Yeah, you had some bad static over there.
Let me. I'm down to 20%. Let me switch to the backup phone.
Okay, so Solo, I hope you was able to hear it that time, did you?
Yeah, a little bit. Something was going on screen law. They kept kicking me out, and I couldn't hear y'all.
Stream y'all have been tripping. I think they the one. They might be the reason why my damn quality looks so bad now too. I don't know what's up with it. They about to make me find another damn platform. So for those of y'all that heard it, what's y'all opinion on it? Is Mace right about this, or is it something else? I know me and Todd's kind of briefly already discussed this, so I already know where he stands, but I'm sure he's going to share it for everyone else. But this is the first time he actually saw the video. So who knows? Maybe he'll have a different point of view.
I mean, I guess I'll agree in part and disagree in part. I do believe they have issues with men, but I also feel as though they have a lot of issues with women. So I don't necessarily see in my experience with men who were raised by single mothers that they're willing to do anything for women and like willing to give them their whole check.
Mic check.
From my experience, um, they're they're some of the most disrespectful towards women. They argue with women, go in this tit for tat argument with women. They really can't control their emotions. But when it comes to them, when they're interacting with men, their whole demeanor change, and it just seems as though they are a little bit more receptive to men, even though they really don't like having a real conversation with a man. I believe it seems like it seems like they're more comfortable arguing with women. So maybe, I mean, maybe in his experience, but when it comes with them like getting, I guess, used by women, um, but I would just say that's where I disagree. It's just, to me, it seems like they're more matter and have more disdain for women.
All right. Taj, you want to share what you got with it?
Yeah, with more context, when he mentioned rappers, and I think he said basketball players,
Yeah.
it sounds like that's his experience. I have experience in the rap world, so I can say I've been around rappers, but not to the degree, and basketball players, but not professional, commercially successful rappers and professional basketball players. So I can only speak from my experience. And I grew up in a neighborhood where most of the houses had father figures. And the one homeboy who didn't have a father in the house actually was like the leader of our camp. So I can't agree from my personal experience. And we accepted him as the leader. All of us was just as sharp as he was. So let me say he was the perceived leader. To people outside looking at us, he was tall and he just had that look. And we all would get on each other, bro. Man to man, hand to hand, face to face. If we caught each other in the wrong, we were all standing there. If they caught me in the wrong, I would stand there and take it like a man. You got me, bro. That's spot on. You're right. My bad about that. And we would handle each other like that. So from my personal experience, I definitely can't say it's a one size fit all. Like all men raised by their mothers can't listen to another man. So where do you put the preachers, the pastors, the basketball coaches, the football coaches, the mentors and stuff like that, the public speakers, like, so they just throw them out the window. So if you know how many, as we say, Jamie, you're giving me some time to think now, you know how many football players or just athletes in general grow up in single parent homes, but get that, I'm hesitant to say father figure, but I'll go ahead and say it. Get that father figure experience from their coaches. They listen to their coaches. So it's not a one size fit all, but I understand his experience. That's me speaking from his experience. From my experience, I can't really think of nobody who I was around. I can only speak from my personal experience of my homeboys, and most of us had father figures. And the one homeboy who didn't have a father figure was actually the leader of our camp, the perceived leader. And he had no problem with us getting on him. We all would hear each other out. So everybody's experience is different. But I do see his point, and I would say it's interesting. I haven't done a deep dive psychological, research on it, but it's interesting. So if I had to answer it, bro, if you ask me for, and I'm done after this. If you ask me for a straight answer, I would have to say no. And the reason I would say no is because there's always men in the neighborhood that can give that son with no father figure a male mentor to listen to. Football coaches, basketball coaches, pastors, preachers, the list goes on. That's it.
Okay, so Grandman, you said the niggas who play pause all day talking like this.
That's a good point. Grandman, you a G for putting that out there, homie. I saw that comment. Jamie read it. And they play that shit a lot, like to the point where it's like, bro, it's almost you overdoing it. So
for me,
so that's an interesting comment he put. No?
Yeah, it's never been something I subscribed to and was interested in. I never.
We don't do it, Jamie. I've never heard you do it. You've never heard me do it. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, I don't say no pun, no dude. I really don't say that because, like, bro, I know I'm not thinking that shit.
Right. And
Like, I
Grand
don't
Man's not
see
the
why
first
niggas
person to
do it.
say that. I've heard other people say that, and they basically say they overdo it. Like every other word they say,
Yeah,
you
they
saying
do. Like,
pause, which
it makes
mean that shit is on your mind.
yeah, that's what I
Come
was just
on
about to
now.
say that. I was just
Yeah.
about to say that. Like that made me think that like maybe you think about that because nigga, you know that's not what you meant. But
Right.
anyways,
No, good point, Jamie. From you and Grand Man, that deserves to be mentioned. Back to you.
I would say I tired from the raised by women / men issue. Some people just were going to be bullshit with father in their home. I mean, yeah, some of them, but gotta agree that you stand a much better chance when you have it in your home.
What about, are you familiar with cases where you may have a toxic father that pushes a son out the house? Like that's where runaways come from. Where they basically say, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? I know a few cases in my neighborhood like that. So
Yeah,
you
that's
got cases when you got bad fathers. We all know that. You got
yeah.
good fathers, you got bad fathers. And you got some sons, when they get to a certain age, they'd rather take their chances elsewhere. So it's an interesting segment, and I don't know if it's just a right or wrong answer. I think it's based off everybody's experience.
Yeah, kind of. So Ron said yes. I'm guessing he's saying yes. He agrees with Mace. I can get this message from a group of guys that play the Falls game all day, and that should be.
Who said
that,
okay?
that was Grand Man basically following up on what he
Oh
said.
yeah, he doubled down on that. Even Ali C, I can't take Mace or most of them NYC rappers serious. They hung around Diddy.
That's a good fucking point, bro.
Come
I
on,
didn't think
y'all.
about it. Who said that?
Ali C
Hey,
from
that's
the
a good
great state
point.
of Texas. I mean, it's
I didn't think about that shit, but that's a really good fucking point.
um, I I understand what Mace is coming from. The impression I got from the point Mace is making is that, and I have seen this. I just never made the connection that hey, maybe that guy was raised by a woman with no male mentors, and he doesn't know how to take correction from another man. He doesn't know how to get some straightening. Where y'all think the slang, steppers come from? When you step to a man and say, "Hey, bro, check this out." Man to man, eye to eye. Hey, look, dog, that shit you did the other day. And then a dude, you can as somebody, I think Puma Fist in the comment section, you can see in their demeanor, they can't handle the correction. So I have observed situations like that where a dude may be like, nigga, you can't check me, or no, he'll get however he get. He's not disciplined enough to stand there, hear what the guy got to say, and then respond to it afterwards. Now, a lot of dudes kind of go overboard with this shit, where it's almost like they're disrespecting you, and the average man ain't going for that. Beyond the average man ain't going. If a man feel like you using a disrespectful tone, we talking about men, right? Man to man, and you talking disrespectful to another man, don't expect him to tolerate too much of that.
His manager was running his fingers through his hair. What the fuck? But I don't think.
I came from nothing but mostly marriage around me growing up, but noticed most of the single mother raised better children. That's kind of to the point I was making about my homeboy. Like yeah, he wasn't like that. Like that nigga was a stand-up guy and about whatever. Fight, shoot, whatever you wanted to do, but also wasn't too arrogant the way he couldn't hear our correction. Hey, homie, you was wrong for that. So that's it. They be trolling. That's from Miles the Outcast. So the loudest dude in the group was raised by a single mother. Sounds like that dude was overcompensating and insecure, so he puffed up. Not sure who you referring to with that. Puma Fist. Best viewers. Okay, that's somebody. Not for nothing, but most of the industry hung. Okay, we read that one already. I wouldn't say the man is sassy. I would say they're immature. Okay. Especially Grand Man, especially if you're pushing encouragement for the young men in society. Yeah.
All right. So anything else on this subject? I really wish Kyra was here for this next one. I really do.
I think the comment section came through on it. We spoke our piece. And it's a per experience situation. Everybody's experience is gonna be different with that dynamic. And sometimes we don't always know what a guy's family dynamic is, so we don't know if that's the case or not.
Do we know anybody who had a father and grew up to be weak? Let me see.
If I give you an instinct answer, I would say no. If I just
Same.
give you an answer right away, but if you give me some time to think, I have to get back to you. But an instinct answer, no.
Yeah, instant answer for me, no, I don't know any.
I know a
Damn,
few.
LBC ain't fucking off. Shit. Okay. I heard a from Solo. So
Now, I'm
it's
just saying, I know a few who had like active fathers, and they still
Weak,
men and women.
weak as in what way? Just curious.
They argue with women.
Okay, gotcha.
all right.
Don't want to work.
Yeah.
Don't want to provide. All they want to do is make single baby mamas.
Yeah,
Dang.
it is. Yeah, everybody experience different. Hezzy in the house. What up, Hez from New Jersey? Shit, I grew up with no mom. Bitch ain't dead, but she dead to me. I hear that, homie.
That's what I was saying down to.
Yeah. SG, what's good, SG? First comment I seen from you.
What up with you? Plenty of men have grown up with weak fathers that get pushed around by their women. I agree with that too.
Yeah.
In fact, like I would go as far as saying when you got a weak father in your household, it's actually worse than having no father at all.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'll say that is because when when you when there's a weak father in the household that's allowing, let's say his woman is running over him, and he's just, not pretty much doing what he's supposed to do as a man. It's if they have a daughter or a son, they might look at that and think that's how it's supposed to be. And now you're raising your kids to be the same way, and now you fucking up a whole generation. Because you can say, well, I had to fight. This is why my dad told me. My dad used to do this. My dad used to, it's not a good thing. But it's almost validating the bullshit that took place. But that is usually a result of those men being raised by overbearing and or single mothers. I'm not sure what he is referring to with that. What's up, DeMarcus?
DV.
Solo, do you agree with that?
With what?
That having a weak father is worse than being raised by a single mother?
Not if that's the this example that you just gave us. If that's the case, then no, I don't agree with that.
Care to elaborate?
I mean, if that's the only thing wrong with your dad is that he let your mom run over him, to me, that isn't a reason. That is you don't equate that with not having a dad. If that's if that's all that's wrong with him is that mom tells him mom is sort of leading the relationship and telling him what to do versus not having a dad. I don't think that compares. Now, if he at home beating the hell out of y'all, then that I think that gives rise to not having him around may be better, or if he's over there, committing any type of violence against the mom and the kids, he may be better than not being in a household. So I do agree with that, but as far as that example, I don't think that's a reason why he wouldn't be in the household.
Okay, well, let me dig a little bit further. So basically, what I'm saying is that honestly, I think it's, in my opinion, I think it's even worse possibly for women because since she one day has to find herself, a man, if she actually runs into a strong man, he's not going to let her do her like that. But she's going to think it's okay because she saw her mother do that to her father, and her father was letting her. And what I'm saying, like as far as talking any kind of ways to him, making him having him do stuff that typically, a man of substance wouldn't do, and all of that. And when she comes trying to do the same thing to him, like I said, a guy that's actually, that's a strong man, he's gonna be like, hell no, that's some bullshit. I'm not doing it. And she may be thinking in her head, well, my dad used to do it for mine. It's, you know,
But that's not worth her not having a father growing up. If she's seen her mama curse her dad out every day, that's not worth. That's not comparable with her growing up without having a dad
it's
and
not.
not having a dad in the household. Like, I think that anybody would take that over not having a dad. They would say, I would rather see my mom curse my dad out every damn day versus not having a dad at all. Even if she picked up bad habits, the worst feeling is a girl growing up without a dad, not knowing a dad, not knowing how to. I mean, just not having a dad is like one of the worst things for women. So unless, like I said, unless he's there beating the hell out of her, beating the hell out of the kids, beating the hell out of mom, as long as he's treating them right, and he should be there. If the woman is running over him, is that worse than not having a dad?
I'd say it is
Well,
because I just think it's putting her in a position to think that this is how it should be ran. Honestly, I'll go as far as saying a good majority of our race kind of dealt with that. That's just my opinion. I know some agree with it, some don't. But us as blacks in America, since we went through this matriarchy situation where women was kind of running stuff. Like I said, that's the reason why we have such a big challenge today. This is just my opinion because they're so used to the women doing certain stuff and it being okay. And now the men now are like, hell no, that shit ain't okay. Because that's how the other men and the other ignorant groups shit get ran too. Now we're starting to get on board with it as well, and it's a problem.
I just, like I said, I think that growing as a girl growing up without a dad, if that is what is going on, your mom is cursing him, excuse me, him out. You can either grow up to disdain that behavior or grow up thinking that behavior is acceptable. You're the individual person. You're going to decide whether or not that's acceptable or whether or not it is acceptable. Just like women, they grew up with single parents and they're saying that's not acceptable for me. That's not acceptable for me to be a single parent. Just like we're meeting these men who are half stepping and we're saying that's not acceptable for me. So it just depends on the person, what they grow up, and again, their values and their morals, what they think is acceptable versus what they think is unacceptable.
Actually, what was just said, bringing in this next topic in perfectly. Actually, I think it's a perfect time to bring in this next one because even though I wasn't necessarily um, just talking about them cursing them out and stuff like that, that's not really what I was talking about solely. But at the same time, um, them talking crazy to their husbands all the time is very detrimental, and I don't think women understand how bad it is when you do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next one, which is we're gonna talk about the power of the tongue. So basically, here, this is actually biblical as well, where they talk about how powerful it is when you're saying certain things to people. Because keep in mind, it all depends on what it is you believe in, how you believe in it and stuff. But if you're Christian or spiritual, you follow the Bible of any kind of degree, not just with the Bible though, actually, but it talks about what did it say at at the beginning of Genesis? God spoke and said, "What? Let there be light." Right? And He spoke a lot of this stuff into existence. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us are very familiar with how they say, you spoke this into existence, or don't be saying that because you know how things could get spoken into existence. Like they tell you not to be negative and stuff like that. Like say if you are, let's say you into sports and your star player is constantly saying, "Man, bro, we suck, we suck, we suck. We can't beat them." Your coach gonna chew you out and be like, that's not the type of energy I need from my star player because it's your job to lead the troops so that we can believe we can beat them because your thoughts are very powerful and your words are as well. So, with that being said, I got another video that I want to share, and I think this one is a really good one because I just wanted to get get in our heads of how powerful our words really are. Like it even goes down to a science of how powerful words really are. Give me a second, it's kind of loading up. Yeah.
One apple, we not gonna say nothing to it.
All right, so here's the video. The guy's basically showing how powerful words are, even to any living object. Yeah.
3 apples. One apple, we not gonna say nothing to it. The second apple, we gonna talk cash shit. I'm talking about say the most vile, evil shit you can say to this apple. The third apple, straight love. Just straight, you talking like you trying to holler. You know what I'm saying? Straight love to this apple. Watch what happens. Watch what happens when you do this. I did this experiment at Prima some years ago, right? And I had this 5-star colonel used to come there. And we did it. I have all my customers. I'm like, look, man, talk shit to this apple. We had it in a cup. Talk love to this apple. By week 4, the one that we was talking trash to completely decayed. Look crazy. The other apple we was talking love to looked better than it did when we got it. And then the apple that nobody said anything to, it kind of got soft a little bit. It wasn't decayed like the one that we was talking cash shit to though.
Right.
So I think what was interesting was the Colonel's perception of that. And I think it hurt him because I think he went down, because in the military, you talk a lot of shit to these soldiers.
Right.
And I think it made him kind of realize how much pain he caused
by
talking cash shit to these people in hopes that it creates whatever the whole purpose of it is to create.
Write that down. That's a crazy clip, bro. What the? I've never heard that, bro. So are you physically saying it or
physically?
Oh, got you.
Matter of fact, my wife would piss me off. I just grab the apple, like everything I would say to her, I would say to the apple, and put it back. And I would have other people talk shit to the apple. We would talk love to the other apple. But you got to have one apple you don't say nothing to. That's the control. So when you do this experiment, you will understand how powerful your words are, especially for my folks that got kids. Don't be saying no vile mean shit to your kids, man, because your words are like bullets and it's penetrating their soul. You got to understand that. When you talking cash shit, calling them stupid or dumb or bad or whatever it is we say sometimes out of anger, that is penetrating their soul. You don't want to do that.
That's deep, bro. I never heard that.
Especially for relationships. If you got people, if you in a relationship with your loved ones and y'all talking trash to each other, stop doing that.
All right. Now, I think that was beautiful. And I want to add a little bit more to it. It's not just with an apple, people. This shit works with everything. This works with, I've seen people do this experiment. You can do this with water, and the waves will react differently, depending on what it is you're saying to it. Even a tree, like if it's a tree, if you're talking bad to the tree will move away from you. If you're saying good things to it, it'll come towards you. So what do all of these things have in common? They're all made of water. And the thing is, us as the body, us as flesh, we're 70% water. So think about it. When we attack each other with the hateful things that we say, we're doing the same thing, people. We're making each other decay, just like that apple when we talk down on each other like that. And this is for both genders. Men, when we talk about our women being hoes and all that and stuff like that, we're riding in them. We're making them worse. It's only going to get worse. So perhaps more uplifting, and this is including myself, because I got times where I might be a little hard and say some stuff that not too pleasing. So I'm gonna hold myself accountable on it as well. But I just thought this experiment was very, interesting and revealing. And then, the same can be said for our sisters when you're trashing the men, telling them they ain't shit. That you broke and you all that. Yeah, it's gonna get worse. It's hard to overcome when all of that negative energy is rushing you like that. And think about it. We're the only group that do that to each other, really. I'm not saying that, whites, Hispanic, and Asians don't do it as well. I don't think they do it nearly to the degree that we do it to each other. So we got to keep that in mind. Anybody can go ahead and share what they want. I know the comment section is getting active.
I see that 13 comments. Yeah, it's good to hear. That brother did a great job I'm familiar with that experiment. There's been different versions of it, but his version was spot on, and everything you added to it, Jamie, was good too. Once we know that stuff, I just hope, pray we hold ourselves accountable. You know, we aiming our pain at people, and like that when that brother said that part, it's like you shooting a bullet through somebody's soul, and like you said, Jamie, we what 70% water. To know
Yeah.
that's what you're doing. You know how when you learn something, you know something, you consciously held accountable at that point. So I don't think a lot of people realize that's what they're doing. And that was a damn starting to pull up some of the stuff he said. Dog, every military sergeant I've ever seen, you know, that's their behavior. They're screaming, yelling. So for him to get to that part that it actually affected the military, sergeant, that was deep too, because that's what we pretty much know them for. So yeah, it's a destructive vibration, to keep it brief. It's a negative, destructive vibration. And if you can stay out the way of that shit, I know I do my best too, and I encourage others to do as well. That's it.
For me, I mean, I don't know nothing about the science or anything like that. As far as us talking to each other, I mean, I can't help but to think if they curse you out, if they talk to you a way that you don't agree with, don't align with your values, why you talking to them? I can't get past that.
Right.
To me, it's just that easy. Somebody talking to you a way that you don't agree with, that you don't like. Maybe you get in one chance, you address it, you say, I don't appreciate that, I don't tolerate that, that's a deal breaker for me. Explain it however you gotta explain it. But after they do it again, ain't y'all done?
What if it's your
You got,
parents though? Think about that from that perspective.
ain't y'all done?
Your parents?
The
You can't
girl, the
say your
girl
parents.
just said that her mama dead to her.
No, no, no. Let me be more specific. The parents while you're a minor.
Well, as a minor, you ain't got no say.
Right. And I think that's very demoralizing to us on what
Don't
we come up
I
to be.
parent children don't get says. You get a say when you get grown. Do what
Of
your
course.
mama tell you to do.
But us knowing this knowledge, but especially for those, excuse me, that do have minor children, um, be mindful of the next time you're angry at that child. I'm just going to say something that I know is very common in the Black community. And unfortunately, this is something that the single mothers say to their children. Boy, you ain't going to be nothing. You just like your father. I know a lot of other Black men can contest to this, that you've heard this. You don't understand what you're doing to that child by doing that, saying that.
Hopefully, I'm motivating him. Hopefully, he gonna say, you know
But
what,
you're not.
leave my mama alone.
Yeah.
And that depends on the person, right? That depends
No,
on the person.
that goes back to him talking about the sergeant. For certain soldiers that he may say that to, it could work for them. It could resonate with them, and it works out. But some of them, it ain't working like that.
See, I guess I come from a perspective where I'm in no position to critique a single mother. If she is in there, if she's the one that stayed around to take care of these kids, preventing them from going to this place, that place, this place, that place, she providing a safe living to them. I'm not. I don't have room to critique her because that's not something I'm doing. I'm not gonna say, "Hey, ma'am, I understand that you're doing it all by yourself, but here's a word of advice that you can perfect what it is that you're doing." Like I just don't agree with that. I don't think, and I don't think. I think that's my issue with the Black community is that It's like y'all consider single moms like the bottom of the barrel, the ones that need the most critiquing, the ones that need the most feeding. But they literally have been the backbone of our community. They raised our whole generation. These 30-year-olds, they raised us because the men in that generation left their kids with that woman. So, especially if you dad, I don't want to hear how she talked to your child, because if you cared enough about the way she talked to your child, then you will be involved. So to me, I just don't feel like I have a lot of room to critique single mothers. Like, I just think that they should continue to do the best they can. When they can find improvements, they find improvements. But I'm not going to tell her, in the midst of doing everything, watch how you talk to the kids. She frustrated as hell. She, they, that kids don't listen to. So I'm frustrated. I'm doing it all by myself. He not listening. He now 17. He now 16, and he won't listen to shit I say. Now he think he grown. Y'all telling me to watch how I talk to him? I just think, if it was that important for black men to be getting life spoken into, that's another thing for black men to do. Come together, grab these little boys who are growing up in these single mother households, and you take the time out of your day to push life into them. If mom isn't doing it right, black men, you go out in the community, you find these boys in the single parent household, and you do whatever it is that you can do to help that single mom. If we ain't helping them, I don't think we can critique them on nothing.
Well, ain't that what we just kind of talked about? We just what Mace was just talking about is the young man growing up and stuff. Now they don't want to listen to you. That's what he was talking about.
I'm talking about children. I'm talking about children.
Right,
Right.
man.
You're getting them while they're kids, right? So we
Okay.
ain't talking about a grown man who's been out in the world for 10, 20 years. We're talking about a child that's inside of a single parent's home.
I mean, I, I'm not opposed to the idea, but because this is something else I know to be a problem too that I've seen firsthand before. When a man tried to help with those situations, the women that tell them, "That's my son. You don't tell me what to do with my son." They do that.
It's not about you correcting her behavior. It's about you going after doing something, right? So it's not about what you're trying to change in her. It's what you're doing to help her. That's it's not about that. It's about that's what I'm just saying. It's not about trying to correct the single mother. Again, she's already doing it all by herself.
I'm not saying correct her. What I'm saying is, if you try to talk to them about certain stuff, there some of them will prevent you from doing it. Is what I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
Because they'll say, "That's my son, and he's going to be raised how I see fit."
So
And the problem
you're
is,
telling me that black women are preventing black men from speaking and being a positive influence to their boys in their household.
some of them, hell yeah, absolutely.
Maybe you ain't positive.
You said maybe you what?
Maybe you ain't positive. Maybe you ain't the influence she want a part of her child's life.
You got it. So, I mean, we're gonna stay into. I'm just gonna dive down to these comments real quick. Shout out to DeMarcus. He said, UANTV, Solo, and Taj. What's y'all plans for Mother's Day? And do y'all see a huge difference between Mother's Day and Father's Day? So for me, hopefully I can pop up on my mama this Mother's Day. I think I want to do that this time. Kind of pop up on her and surprise her. She won't know I'm coming. She don't watch this long ass podcast, so I'm pretty sure she won't hear about it. um, and as far as is there a huge difference between Mother's Day and Father's Day? Come on now, we absolutely know that is a huge difference. Mother's Day gets the world. Father's, hey, pat on your back, here's some socks, go on by your business.
I was about to say something mean, but
Say
I'm keep
it.
that to myself. Ah, I'm gonna keep that to myself because it may not be true. I'm just talking shit.
Go ahead and say it. We all
I don't have any plans for Mother's Day. I'm gonna be at the house. Um, I mean, I think it's a big difference in motherhood and fatherhood. I mean, Mother's Day and Father's Day because it's a big difference between motherhood and fatherhood, right? Right? Ain't it a big difference in the two?
I don't know what's the big difference you're speaking of.
I mean, I'd rather not.
Well, Taj, is he still on? All right, he ain't at the chair right now. But shout out to Ron, come through with the $2 sticker. Appreciate you. The market said Raising Cane season 5 is only we already know that. You said that. This is very true. My granny talked to her garden to keep it growing real deal. Yeah, plants respond to that shit. Or talking trash about each other. My sister has 300 roses, talks to them daily when she's gardening. Yeah. No, this video is nonsense. The message is okay, but there is no correlation between yelling at fruit and their decay rate. I don't know about that, my boy. I actually believe this is absolutely true, and I know for sure with plants that is some truth to it. I'm gonna whisper sweet everything's to those lottery tickets. Lottery tickets on the live, though, nigga.
You know what? I see. I hate to talk about single mothers because for me, I just feel like that is just something that we as a community use that to sort of devalue women. And I feel like we don't hold the men accountable enough when we're talking about single mothers. See, that's my issue with that. It's just like usually in a situation when we're critiquing a single mother, it seems like it seems like it just would be easier for her if she had help. So if we're not gonna offer no help, then what exactly are we doing? It's boys that will listen to women from a single mother and feel threatened by the men. I I agree with that. Or they either feel threatened or they at least take them seriously. That's but they don't. But even like I feel like even when a man is raised by a man, when a man is raised by a woman, and he has those feminine traits, I don't feel like he gets shamed on the same level as single mothers. Cause I mean, at some point, when you gonna learn how to be a man, or are you gonna be 40 years old, 30 years old, talking about I can't control myself? I'm gonna argue with women because I was raised by a single mother. I mean, at what point do we hold those men accountable for them to be men? On just like on a grown up standard? Or do they get to say, I argue with women, I'm less than because I was raised by a single mom?
Um,
All right, well, we
I,
at
I
like
I'll say this because
black men are more involved with their kids nowadays. That's from G Man.
I mean that's very true. The statistics prove that they're at a very rapid rate that black fathers are definitely returning to the house for sure.
Then there ain't no single mothers. Then what we talking about? If y'all all in y'all kids' lives, then it ain't no single mothers.
Well, it's the so this is the thing. You got somewhat our generation, the millennial generation, that has some of that going on. Then you got a very, very heavy rate of it in the Gen Z generation. And now the back end of the Gen Z is actually another generation. I forget what they called, but that I think that's just people doing too much. But I know the Gen Alpha generation more particularly that of speaking is where the excuse me the fathers are returning. So basically, these are the kids that's like you know 10 years old and younger, probably. So we haven't got to really see the results of it yet because they're not old enough to really know. You cannot be
Oh
called.
shit.
Oh, what age did y'all say the age that men raised by a single mother? At what age do y'all start holding them individually accountable?
Say that again.
I said men who was raised by single mothers. At what age do y'all start holding them accountable
Holding them accountable as in what?
for being a real man?
Well, those see that's the reason why I didn't 100% disagree with everything May said. Because those are the ones that you can't talk to because in their mind they already a man is stubborn. A man ain't finna listen to another man once he's a man because he's like, bro, I'm my own man. You can't tell me, you know, what the fuck you want to. Now, if you're a man of very good stature, like say you very successful, you know for sure that individual knows what they're doing. You might be open to some form of mentorship to that person, but let's be real. The average guy, the average man that grew up with a single mother don't know anyone like that. So he's not going to listen to them.
So I mean, I could say that about the same shit with black women. They not listening to y'all when y'all tell them when we tell them not to curse y'all out. They not listening to us. So what can we do?
Well, I'm not I'm not telling you. You can just put the message out there for certain ones. Honestly, when I say stuff now, I'm not talking to those guys because unfortunately, I would say majority. Some of them may can actually be, humble enough to actually listen and take it into accountability. But majority of them are already cooked. So I'm speaking to the ones that are younger that has a chance. They might pick up and be like, dang, I didn't know that. Let me make sure I don't go down that path so that this shit won't happen to me. Because the ones that's our age and older, pretty much they shit is almost submitted. But my opinion, this is just my opinion. I don't see much accountability being taken from them women. They make
From who?
excuses for why they doing it.
Oh. Well, the black women could say the same thing about the women that's cursing out loud and keep having babies by men who won't help them take care of it. We could just say, we've told them, they know, they can't be helped, we can't do nothing about it, and they ain't gonna listen.
You
What
cannot
we
deny
supposed to do?
from a woman who controls sex. We cannot force women to have sex. Women have to be willing to give it to you. So that's a bad face argument. If you can critique a man for being a deadbeat dad, you can do the same for mothers. There's no difference. I agree with that. I mean, we don't talk about this 100 times on this podcast. We can tell.
Right. I mean, you can't critique her on being like you can't critique her when you're comparing her to the parent who left, right?
What?
I say you can't critique her in comparing her to the parent who left. She stayed with the kids. How you gonna compare her to the parent who left?
Yeah, but what he's saying is the whole situation that we're dealing with won't even be a situation if the woman didn't lie down with them in the first place. The man can't have the kids, so he don't control that. The women control that.
But wasn't he a willing participant when he laid down with her?
Sure.
I'm confused then. He's a willing participant, she's a willing participant. Consequences of their behavior resulted in a baby. Not her behavior, their decision to have a baby. They ended up with a baby. And now she's made the decision she's gonna have the baby, and he's made the decision that he isn't gonna be involved. Is that not both of them making decisions?
Sure,
Oh
it's still
man.
making decisions, but at the end, let's put it this way: if if two people have a child, man and a female, right, man and woman, um, who would it affect the most if the other decides to dip? Because
What?
primarily, let's be real, primarily the woman is gonna have the child, whether it's the court system getting involved with it, or let's just say she don't decide to. Let's say the man don't want no dealings at all; he just disappeared. She still has to have the child and have a harder life, and it makes it significantly harder for the man. I mean, for the child as well. So, with that being said, it would be in your best interest to be very cautious with who it is that you are lying down with because it affects you a lot more heavily than it does him.
Yes, because the bar is so low for men that they feel like they have an option whether or not to take care of their kids or not. You don't have an option. You're supposed to be there, raising your child, holding on to your responsibility, a consequence of your actions. He doesn't have an option not to take care of the kid, but in society's brain, he can. If he tell her he don't want to be involved in the baby's lives, that's a valid reason for him to be gone. That
And
is insane.
it's the vicious cycle that we're in right now, too. Because think about this the fathers are very important. The reason why a lot of our women are making that mistake is because they don't have any fathers in their lives to let them to be able to guide them on what type of guy they should be pursuing, what guy they should place themselves with. And since they're not there, the women are picking badly. They're picking the Pookie and Ray Rays because they may look at them as someone that can protect them. At the same time, he's not looking to be a father. He's running them streets. And that
I
shit keeps,
mean, is
hold
that
on, let me finish. Let me finish. And then that shit keeps happening. Now, the solution is we got to start getting better, pairing them up with better men. But unfortunately, right now, they're not attracted to the ones that they should be pairing up with. And it's their father's job to teach them that. So, we said earlier, the men are starting to get back in the household. And I would love to say that these fathers are going to start guiding their daughters and be like, no, he ain't good for you. You ain't doing that with him. This guy, oh yeah, he good. You're going to start seeing them making better choices.
I think it go both ways. I know plenty of women who grew up with their daddy and they got 3 baby daddies and 3 fucking kids. Like, I don't think it matters. It depends on the type of person did you raise. Did you raise a confident woman? Did you raise a woman, a girl who seeks male validation, who's willing to put up with any type of man, who's willing to deal with me in any type of way? I know plenty of women who grew up with their dad and they have bad choices in men who was right there in the house with them and still grew up with bad taste in men. So I don't think it has anything to do with whether or not
It has a
your
lot.
dad was involved. I
No,
think that plays. I think I think when it comes to women, it depends on the level of confidence that woman has, so that she doesn't fall for any type of man. Because
what is the
according,
confidence come
because
from?
in my opinion, a lot of y'all think y'all good. And that's the problem. Y'all like to say, it's a lot of good dudes out here. Yeah, because in your mind, you think you're good. But y'all really don't be good. Y'all like to play like y'all good, but really it's all about like sex. I don't think these women just went out there and had babies with men that just treated them bad and did them bad. No, it was an act that they fell for by these men. Then it's like the change in culture where it's now a hookup. Everything is a hookup. If you see an attractive girl and she thinks you're attractive, you think you're attractive, y'all think y'all supposed to have sex. And so it's just that grew, like I said, it depends on the woman and her confidence level. If she thinks that she deserves more from men, those are the men that she's gonna come in contact with. If she thinks she deserves less from men, just like a hookup or whatever, that's the type of men that's what she's gonna settle for. So that's what I think is very important for men for when you're raising a little girl, is that you have to make sure that that girl is confident when she walk out in the world, because if she is not, she's gonna settle for half-ass men. And if she is confident, she's gonna know that she deserves better from what they are offering. And she won't fall for the okie doke.
But what I'm saying is, when your father is in your life, regardless of if you know somebody, that doesn't mean anything. What we know is you can look at it from the statistics. It don't matter what ethnic group it is. When the father is in the household, the chances of those things that you're speaking of happening is significantly lower. Those are the facts. So I'm gonna go ahead and address Demarcus super chat. Appreciate you. He said, "Would y'all consider social media a game if the parents not in their kids' lives and social media is raising the child?" I think this is a very good point, bro. I never thought about it like this, but yeah. So pre-social media, we all know that how gangs were affecting the neighborhoods and stuff like that. You know, the saying, if you don't raise them, the streets won't raise them, right? So now we know that all of the younger generations and stuff are always on their phones. So if you're not there guiding them and making sure that they're not in the streets, I mean, not always on their phones, then social media is going to be the one that dictates how they think about a lot of things. So yeah, I believe that's spot on.
It's just, I think there are some good. Some of y'all are good, but a lot of y'all think y'all good and y'all not.
Oh man, they cutting
Um,
up. My bad, y'all. I'm in this comment
for
section.
this, for this, I
Yeah.
don't think kids should be on social media. To me, it's too many creeps on social media. They be talking wild, all type of shit. And it kills me when I see little babies like playing on YouTube. I be like, why the hell do you even know what a phone is? But I guess this is a lot of parents are letting the phone raise their kids.
Hmm.
Well,
What comments
who-
the comments you were laughing at, Todd?
Yeah. Something DV say something solo act like Cheyenne Bryant when giving advice. I guess he meant sometimes. Sometimes solo act like Cheyenne Bryant when giving advice.
yes, because the reason why is because a lot of human behaviors are just symptoms of a bigger issue that's in them. And what they're doing is they're using their behavior as a mask. And so you really got to dig down into really, like, to me, it's not surface level. So I get that because I watched a few of her interviews, especially when she cooked Cam Newton ass.
What's your
I
thought?
mean, I agree. I mean, I was about to respond to Time email. Wow, that statement means that women are perfect because there's only good men out there. Did I say women were perfect? Did that come out of my mouth? Did I say that? Taj, did you hear that?
I was in the comment section, so I wasn't paying attention.
Hell no, I didn't say women are perfect.
I was keeping up with the back and forth in the
So,
comment section. Ali C and Puma
I don't
is
know why
kind
you
of
said
going at
that.
it too. You got to
I
be
don't know why
licensed to
you
be a
said that
doctor,
because
though.
I didn't say that. And that's probably like the second time you said something that I didn't say. So then because the first comment you read that I read that you commented, I read, I was like, what is he talking about? You said, I'm so confused. So you're gonna raise your son to give all his money to a woman that don't deserve it is what you're telling me. Did I say that? Time, damn. Y'all really gotta work on that. Cause
Now,
ain't no way
Ali
in hell
C and
I
Puma
said give
Fist
all
having
your
a
money
good
to a
back and
woman that
forth
don't
too.
deserve
What they
I
talking?
mean, Paul Pierce couldn't say nothing to me. Both of them are grown little men. If they didn't have money, and that's the other thing. I feel like I said last week or the week before last. But when you find a dude that like got a little money, then you get to know him and you be like, damn, your mind is really childish. Like Cam Newton, the way Cam Newton did act and think. He couldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. He said I alluded to it solo. What did I allude to when I said some? Which one did I allude to? That you're gonna give all your money to women, or did I allude to that all women are perfect? And I want to know the statement that I said that alluded to that.
If I had to take a wild guess at it, I would say basically with all the statistics and stuff, the things that I was saying that basically supports that when children are significantly have a significantly higher chance of success rate with their fathers being in the household. That one, and also
Did I agree disagree with that?
you didn't disagree, but you basically kind of moved the goalpost to something else. that was basically
Of course.
talking about men. So they probably assumed, okay, she's disagreeing with that.
I don't know what you're talking
That's
about.
just my guess. So they would have to say themselves.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that. I said that there are men who think they are good when they're not. I said that a lot of men in this world think that they're good men and they're not. And that's when I said that a lot of men say that there's a lot of good men out here in the world. And I said the problem is that you guys think that you are good when you're really not. Is that saying that women are perfect?
Well, like I said, in my opinion, I think we're in a situation, and it kind of sucks to be able to say this because it's gonna sound like you're just completely sexist. But they knew exactly what they were doing when they did this.
Who are you talking about?
The the same people that's running shit, the whatever you want to call it, the Jewish powers, the Illuminati, the pretty much everybody that's you know putting stuff in place. They know if you empower the women, it's going to be very difficult to be able to control the household. And when you say things that you're trying to correct, they're going to see you as you attacking them instead of actually saying it as maybe it's some truth to this. Like to be honest with you, it's very, very few women that would say I could say I speak to about certain things and they can actually understand it opposed to just thinking you're attacking them and trying to go on defense. Everything's not an attack. Some of the times it's just the harsh truth.
And unfortunately, we learn from the best. We learn that from black men because you can't hold black men accountable for anything.
I think we always been held accountable.
For what?
Everything, because life won't let us not be held accountable. If we broke and not doing nothing with our lives, the streets awaits us. If we being lazy and stuff like that, and not getting our shit together, loneliness, no children, no sex, no good life awaits you. That's us being held accountable. Life is going to force you to be held accountable when you're a man. Women can live life free because she has a vagina. A dude will come and save you, and you don't have to do nothing. You can still have your bad behavior. There's still men that will do stuff for you, regardless if you toxic or not. That is the difference.
So, holding men accountable is them not being successful in life. And women don't get held accountable because it's a man that's willing to pay for them.
So this is the thing. Men aren't born with value. That's just the facts. We aren't born with value. We have to earn it. Women are born with value. All she got to do is have a vagina. She ain't even got to be that cute.
But
If
who
you
fault is that? If your standards, if men's standards is all she got to do is have a vagina, and I'm willing to take care of her, who fault is that? Is that the
it's not
woman fault or
anyone's
is that the
fault.
man
We're
fault?
talking about reality. It's not anyone's fault. The difference is men, we accept that. We understand that this is what it is.
So who fault is that? That y'all accept that?
What you mean? Whose fault?
Yes,
It's
no.
not
Who
fault.
fault is it that women all they gotta do is have a vagina and they can be saved by their lives when a man comes around and starts to take care of them? Who fault is that? That a man's standard for a woman is so low that all she gotta do is have a vagina, which all of us have. That sounds like a man
So
problem
you're
again.
contradicting yourself now too. I'm gonna let you know. You're contradicting yourself very hard because you have said multiple times on this podcast that you don't want to have to work. You want to be put in a position where the man pretty much takes care of everything. And let's say if y'all was to have kids and stuff like that, you do your wifely duties. You have stated that several times. That is what I am talking about with women don't have to because they are born with value. Men, on the other hand, no one is coming to save you. You have to do it on your own. If you sit there and don't be lazy and not do anything with your life,
That's for anybody though.
no, it is not.
That's not black men. That's any man.
I'm talking about men. I didn't say black men. You're making it
We
about
were talking about black men. I said black men being held accountable. That's what we were talking about.
right. And what I reply with is that men, which mean all, are held accountable regardless. The world is going to hold you accountable because if you don't do what you're supposed to do, the world is very cruel to men. No one's going to save you.
Like I said, I'm still at the fact that if a woman all she gotta do is have a vagina, you're that's acceptable for a man. That sounds like men problems. If that's all you
That's,
require
we got to
of a
take that to
woman,
the creator because that's how it was created.
the system that he created as the man,
No, I'm saying that's the system that was created for humanity. A
by
woman,
men,
what?
by men.
No, it's not by men. That's how the creator created it. This is not nothing we created.
I think that that's easy for you to say. I think that you could argue that. I think you could say that, but that's not the reality.
Okay, so right or wrong, God made us physically stronger than you guys. Right or wrong?
What does that have to do with anything?
It has a lot to do with it.
I'm not, just tell me your point. I'm not going in to answer a question for, just tell me your point that you're making, and then I can respond. I
Point that
agree or
I'm making is
disagree.
God made these things in ways where advantages are made for us and certain advantages are made for you for women. So therefore, the in our case, what we're talking about, the advantage that women have is that since they are the weaker vessel physically, they don't have to do much labor in order to still obtain a good life. That is not the same for men.
Oh my God. I disagree with that.
Okay, go
Of
ahead.
course, because y'all want us in the house. To even if we staying at home with the kids, we at home with the kids, we're taking care of the kids, taking care of you, taking care of the house, right? Is that not labor?
You're really going to compare that to the labor of the men, though.
Absolutely. Work is work. I mean, to me, that's not the same. It's
That's it.
the exact same.
Okay.
I just think that a lot of times y'all want. I feel like a lot of times men want to blame women for the shit that they accept from other men. Just like we will dog the OnlyFans models out. But then what about the men who's paying for that shit? We will dog the prostitute out. Well, what about the men that's paying for it? So we are, if women have figured out how to make a way off of low standard, low quality ass men, then maybe y'all should step y'all standards up and take the industry out the game.
What's going on, SG? My bad, y'all. SG say,
Right?
help me out. What, SG?
What you're saying don't even make sense, but we ain't going to keep go up into it.
Hey, I went and took a
It is
nap.
what it is. I don't care. It don't make sense to you. It makes
I
sense
was
to
like,
me.
wake me up when this shit is over, huh?
But the right man said, "Black women refer to us as bullet bags. You don't get more accountable than that."
SG, what you mean?
I
Help me
mean,
out.
y'all
Help me
doing.
out with
I
what?
mean, who doing it more than y'all doing it to each other?
Let me see here.
Crickets? Is
How
that
many
crickets
men,
that I'm hearing?
how many men in this chat seen Clay Thompson disrespect any woman like Future the rap star? And anytime a relationship goes bad, who do people blame? Man, blame the men every single time. I mean that is absolutely true. And I mean, Clay Thompson has yet to say anything publicly in regards to that. And I'm pretty sure he probably is looking at it like, bro, it ain't no point because whatever
That
I do,
nigga is happy to be free. He like, whew.
yeah. And he's like, whatever I do say, it's not gonna matter. All they're gonna do is turn it against me. They're not
Hey,
gonna.
hey, you the one told me about the meme where he dodged the bullet, where he doing the Trump pose. That nigga, he like, woo, whoa, I cheated on purpose.
That's why I
Damn.
say. That's why I say y'all think y'all good. Y'all think y'all are good and y'all are not. The shit is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I don't know. I don't keep up with celebrity relationships. I really don't. I really don't. I don't know who to blame. I don't really care.
I'm not blaming neither one either, but I just said Clay hasn't said a statement, and we know
That
what Meg.
nigga, that nigga busy celebrating. Whew,
I
that
just
was
know he
close.
went live a few times. He was on his yacht, being the captain, and he looked like he living his life. Yes, yes. Please don't contradict yourself. When a man is wrong, men fight for women. When women are wrong, they dance and make excuses for the woman that is all lying.
I That ain't been my experience with men.
I don't know. That's definitely what I be saying. I know if
Yeah,
I lose my
yeah, whatever.
I know if I lose my home with my family in it, nobody's going to blame my wife. Everybody's going to look at me and say, "What happened to your home? How can you do that to your family?" That is 100% true.
Absolutely, ain't you the leader? Are you not?
And
Ain't
that's
she
what
submitting to you? Is she
right.
not?
Right. That's what he's saying about men being held accountable. We're
Oh
held to
my
immediate
god. Oh my god.
accountability.
Oh my god.
We're gonna get whatever happened, the blame is gonna fall on us, regardless. That's what we are talking about. So how are you saying we're not being held accountable when regardless of what happened, it's on us? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I really was talking about black people in the black
We can
people
talk
black
about
men
that.
and
It's the
if
same.
I could finish. See, that's the thing. You say you be confused on what I'm saying is because you're listening to respond. You're
I,
not listening to understand what it
I
is
know you ain't gonna
that
say
I am saying. Yes,
Hey,
I
wake me
am
up when
saying it
y'all
because
finish.
yes, I am saying it. When we're talking about black issues between the gender of the males and the females, and we're talking about black men and black women, black men aren't don't hold themselves accountable. They want to hold women accountable for sure, but they don't even hold each other accountable. It's times where I've seen black men straight up curse black women clean out, bitches and hoes, and other black men on the panel listening and laughing like it's funny. So it's just like I can say it's a lot of women that are cursing black men out, black women cursing black men out. That's the same thing. So for you to say that there is nothing that black men are doing, that something that you guys are not holding yourselves accountable for, I don't think y'all hold each other accountable for leaving y'all kids. Y'all blame single mothers. We don't never we ain't, it ain't no trend for men who leave don't raise their kids. Dang, what they call? What's the slur for them? What's the slur for men, black men who don't raise their kids? Do they have a slur? Because when we got women who taking care of their kids alone, They're called single mothers. So what do we call black men who don't take care of their kids? Taj, what do we call black men who don't take care of their kids?
What's going on?
I said, what do we call black men who don't take care of their kids? Oh, we call them
Deadbeats, right?
deadbeats.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them deadbeats. Okay, okay, okay.
I was
Yeah, we
thinking
call
that
them
the whole time,
deadbeats.
like, bro, we got a word.
Yeah, sure you was. You didn't say it, so
I can
we
go
gonna
lay back
put it
down until
there.
y'all finish. Y'all ain't ready to move on.
I was going to the comments, and then, you know, I wasn't even talking about it no more. I was trying to catch up on the comments. You keep up
Shit.
with this, you keep up with a woman like that,
I
but
agree, all I see.
to
I wish it wouldn't. If it was up to me, I wouldn't critique black men. But then it's sort of it's unbearable when I see them critiquing black women, and I'm sitting there like, how dare you? That's just my critique because I would look at see I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I just can't take black men critiquing black women for for I don't know. Because I'd rather us not critique each other.
so basically you wanted to let the mess sit.
I mean, what are black men gonna do about it? We've been begging y'all for 50 years to take control of the community. I mean, how long do y'all want us to sit there and beg y'all to do something?
Never mind. We'll move on.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
When
Oh, good
exactly,
God. Oh, Lord.
exactly. Yeah, that's
Woo.
that's
Dang.
exactly. I mean, that's exactly it. So what? Why?
because
Why
you're
would
gonna
we sit there?
we're not
Why
going
would we
anywhere.
sit there?
We're not
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Don't
because
worry
no
about it. I
matter
know.
what we say, you're gonna go against it. There's no point.
I mean, y'all the leaders in the community. Y'all the ones that's in control. Y'all supposed to be running the community, leading the community. Who else would I critique if I had to critique? But I don't like critiquing y'all.
LEC.
Hey,
Let's see.
I mean, yeah, you know, man, it'd be good. It'd be good conversation. It's just at some point, you know, you just not getting nowhere because like that's kind of like where the balance come in. If Cairo was here, we would have a balance because she's not gonna just keep listening to basically deflect everything we say. She's gonna be like, okay, he's actually right with that. She
I
can.
mean, don't y'all think y'all degrade black women enough? I mean, it's
Nobody
not
was.
a
That's the
podcast.
crazy part.
It's
Nobody was.
not a podcast that y'all ain't talking about some shit black women are doing. Come on, now.
No,
We have
see,
been critiqued enough.
that's the problem. Nobody. That wasn't even a topic at hand. You made it out of it. If, in case you ain't noticed it, that was never even supposed to been nothing we talked about.
What's the topic?
See, it's so bad now that you don't even know what the topic is.
No, I'm trying to feel like because we were talking
Well,
about
we was
this.
talking about when I first brought this topic in here, the first person I critiqued were the men. Nobody said anything. Then I went to that side of the women. Didn't even critique them. I just was saying when you tell your sons and your stuff these certain things, that is damaging your kid. I said the same thing for the fathers. I did that first. Nothing was said. As soon as the other thing came in, that's when you jumped in and started on the single mother stuff. That's how this all started.
Yeah, because I said that I wasn't going to critique them. When you asked me whether or not I agreed that that some about black women not talking down on their black men, because I said I'm not going to critique single mothers. I don't feel like I'm in a position to critique single mothers.
Apparently nobody can, and that's the thing.
Go
And
out there and help her
unfortunately,
then. Go out there and help. If we ain't helping her, then no. The fuck?
well, last topic of the day, good people. And this is one that I would love to know for the ladies how y'all feel about this. because I what this young lady says, I've definitely seen it myself, and you guys can let me know: are you doing stuff because you're in competition with women, or is it that do you care about what it is the men in the community think as far as like their attraction? But anyways, I'll play the video so that you can become a little familiar with what I'm talking.
Many of my girls is out here trying to impress other women. Y'all keep on jumping from relationship to relationship, and then you got all the girls that's hyping y'all up like, yeah, I love this for our girls. Our girls are
Oh my
getting
God.
athletes. Our girls are moving on. Our girls are not putting up with stuff. But in the eye of a man, y'all look terrible. And then y'all say stuff like, we ain't doing it for the men. Then who you doing it for? Are you attracted to women? Because I know that if I'm attracted to a man or I'm attracted to men, I gotta kind of play the book based off what I'm attracted to. Y'all are playing the game in a girl way, which is a turnoff to men. But then y'all say we ain't doing it for the men. Then why are you dating the men? I'm a woman that like men, so I kind of gotta move in a classy way if I want to attract a certain kind of man. If I'm not looking to attract the girlies, then me moving like a slut to impress the girlies is not gonna fly. Me showing my body and twerking and girls saying you ate that down and clock it and all this stuff that girls are parading on is preventing y'all from finding true love because y'all don't get it. Men are not settling for the things that the girls are hyping. But whatever, man.
All right, so I'll go ahead and go break the silence. For me, I mean, I know for me as a man, I would say most fellas would agree with me. If the market started changing with women, in fact, we have done this as men. The market started changing for women, and they're saying this is what they're looking for and this is what they want. We're going to adapt in order to get to women because that's what we're attracted to and that's what we want. So basically, what she's implying is, the man is setting the bar of this is what it is we want. And it seems as if they care more validation about how they look to their homegirls than I would do to the men. So I would love to hear the sisters' opinions on this of how y'all see this.
I don't compete with women, and you don't want to date a girl that's twerking, doing with all of that. Don't date a girl that's twerking and do all of that, right? I think that's easy enough and that's fair enough, right? You're not gonna see the girl that you're talking to twerking online, and she gonna continue to be your girlfriend, right? You're not gonna try to change her, right? You're gonna leave her right there, right? So doing whatever it is that she doing that you don't agree with, you're gonna leave her right there where you found her at. To me, that seems easy enough.
Um, Ali, what you got for this? And Darla, if you're still in here. Cairo is, I guess you're in Cairo right now. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna get in her personal business.
Um, Demarcus, nobody hurt me. I've told y'all I have not went through traumatic relationships. All of my relationships have been decent. I still talk to both of my exes. So I haven't had bad relationships. So I'm not. Y'all act like I hate black men. I don't. I don't talk like I hate black men. I don't bash black men. So ain't nobody hurt me. I'm not mad at black men.
No matter what a woman do, the man will always adapt to what she wants to do because that's how much we love and need women. But it becomes a sisterhood, sister contest between them. I mean, I think that's well said. Todd, what you got?
You know, growing up as an athlete, I played sports and the girls came with it. So I pursued my passion even after sports. When I hit my actually before my teenage years, but when I hit my teenage years is when I really started focusing on my craft of hip hop, rap, and the girls came with it. Right now, you know, I'm pursuing my passion of producing content, the type of stuff we're talking about, and the girls come with it. So that's kind of my approach with it. I don't chase the chicks. I pursue my passion. I chase my dreams, and the girls come with it. And that when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, a nigga just wants some pussy at night. And I would love the feedback. I would love the feedback of the women on that mindset. And you could be as brutal, you could be as harsh as you want to be. When it's all said and done, at the end of the day, a nigga just wants some pussy at night. And it don't have to be every night, but that's, you know. So that's what I pursue, my passions, and the girls come with it. Women are attracted to a man that's not attracted to them. Women are attracted to a man that's attracted to his passion, whatever that passion may be.
So,
Many
darling,
females point a fairy tale life to make other girls jealous, but they are truly miserable. That's LEC.
yeah. So,
And
Ali,
I want that pipe at night. That's my girl. LEC, you get it. We same generation, baby. I mean, when it's all said and done,
but
if we
hold
got
on.
that attraction, that's all that
What that one
matters.
that she just said? Let me find it real quick.
LEC say, and I want that pipe at night and in the morning.
So, Ali, here's
That's
my
my
here's my
girl.
question.
Get the stress at the end of the day. All the shit y'all just went through, and everybody else, and all the Black Love channels. At the end of the day, me and LEC, I just want some pussy at night, and she just want that pipe. We'll work the rest of it out.
So, but why is it that you think they do that? I'm curious. I mean,
Why do you asking one of the chicks or you?
yeah, I'm asking Ali
Okay.
this because she said many females paint a fairy tale life to make other girls jealous, but they are truly miserable. I'm just curious of why they do that.
Transactional love time. I fully agree with that last two words, and it is what it is. We adapt to that. I'm shit. I mean, I'll take natural attraction over transactional love, but transactional love does seem to be the new normal. While we're waiting on whoever to respond.
Grand man, are you calling me toxic? Who you talking about?
Oh shit, where he said it at?
In the comments.
That's me and LEC. We on the same frequency.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see. My thing is the very few female friends that I've had. Once there is an issue, I sort of cut them off. Sort of like the same way I do with men. If it's an issue, I sort of cut you off. I don't really give you time to really consider whether or not whether we can work it out or whether we can reach a resolution. I just say gone out of my life. It's always easier just to get rid of whoever you dealing with than to try to work some shit out with a motherfucker you don't really have to. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I don't really understand the sort of the issues people have in relationships. I don't understand how you got to that point and why it has probably lasted this long where it is now escalated. Because I'm thinking that if the first time he cheated on you, if that was a deal breaker for you, why y'all didn't break up? Or the first time she cursed you out, or the first time she did something that you didn't like, why y'all didn't break up then? Why is this the third time or the second time you're addressing something that you don't agree with or you got a problem with someone that you're supposed to be in this sort of platonic or romantic relationship. Can you guys sort of fill me in on what's going on with that?
You mind saying that part again?
I said I don't. I'm see. I never understand how some people get in these sort of hostile relationships where you're dealing with someone that's cheating or someone that's abusing you or someone that's cursing you out or someone that's disrespecting you, that's hitting on you. How do you sort of, how does it get that far? Is it the first time sort of a breakup, or is it at least the second time? Maybe you worked it out. How does it get to, it's your, okay, it's your third time addressing her clothes. It's the third time you're addressing that she's cursed you out or he's cheated on you. Like, what would be the reason why people stay and sort of deal with things that they don't sort
Okay.
of?
Well, for me, my answer would be it lies under mostly self esteem issues, but also I think levels matter too. So this is just my opinion. On the women's side, I believe they're just naturally attracted to the guys that can make shit happen, even if that comes with, you know, sometimes toxic behavior, such as abusive situations and things like that. That could be the case. And for men, um, I would say most successful ones don't tolerate that. But if you do have a rare occasion where that happens, it's absolutely selfish, some kind of self-esteem issue.
Mm.
Like if you're not, if you don't have much, then you're willing to tolerate that because you still want to, you know, like I said a couple of times, and like Todd just said, niggas just want some pussy at night.
At
But
the end of the day, a nigga just wants some pussy. For black
So you
women to be
willing?
the most
So you,
educated demographic in the nation and probably the world, why is that so hard to understand? Yeah, and I'm saying this from my heart with love. Our women are the
be-
most educated demographic in the nation. And at the end of the day, a nigga just wants some pussy at night. So
but check this
we
out.
need y'all to
Check
use
it.
those degrees and diplomas to understand that, and then we can go from there.
But we don't understand why you're willing to do that just for some sex at night. Right? So
Do
like for example, if a woman every time y'all argue she curses you out and disrespects you, you a bitch ass nigga, you this, you that, you this, you that. I'm learning that black women do this, right? So I'm on TikTok, I'm shocked as hell. I'm like, damn, y'all talk to men like that? I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. So I'm wondering, why do men take that from women for the in exchange for sex? I'm willing to let her curse me out and talk crazy to me as long as she's giving me sex at night.
well, like I said, the ones that's are higher up, they don't tend to do that much. The ones that's not so much, you do it because majority of the ones are like that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. There's a lot of them that do that. The ones that don't typically get picked up by the upper echelon.
DeMarcus, I would move to Florida. That's why.
She's saying, I want you safe at home at night. It's that simple, baby girl. It's that simple.
So I mean, I guess, you know what I mean? I guess. I mean, to me, see, to me, I guess when I look at it, like being single is kind of fun to me. It's like when I'm at home by myself, I'm doing this by myself, buying this by myself. It's fun to me. So I'm thinking that that's less stressful. That you really ain't gotta worry about that. You really ain't gotta worry about doing too much. I gotta give you time. I gotta give you energy.
Uh-huh.
I gotta do all of this just to like make sure I'm giving you time.
Now you own to
Like I
something
feel like
solo. Uh-huh. But if you
you
now on
you
the
should
flip
just be
side
by
of that, and
myself.
pardon me, if you wasn't finished, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna give you the male perspective on that. I'm sorry. I mean, I fully agree with you, and I'm not trying to get in your personal affairs, but on my side, having that chick for that release, it's one of the best lifestyles I've lived. So it's everything you just said, and you don't have to go as far as I'm going. But to have that one person to call, and y'all both are committed to each other for that release. Y'all know what I mean by that release, to hook up and help each other release that tension, that stress, that pressure, and then you back to what Solo was just saying. That ain't a bad lifestyle to live. Now, if you find that person, because the agreement we have, like we find it's gonna be hard for a chick to make me give that up. Like she really got to be the one for me to give that up.
Oh,
Cause
okay. I
that
see what you're saying.
and it's close to what you're saying, but you don't have to go as far as I'm going as far as letting us in your personal affairs. Like whether you got a dude that's your body mechanic or not, you don't have to go that far. Keep it, that's your personal private stuff.
I'm celibate.
All right, cool. So that's now at some point, isn't that going to get dry and stale, and you're gonna want
They buy stuff for that.
no, it ain't nothing like a lady. In my case, a warm
Shit.
body. In your case, so that's you though. If you're okay with that, that's your lifestyle. But yeah, and it don't have to be every night of the week. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you just got that special someone who understands that dynamic. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I did. I never thought about that because maybe I never experienced that. So I don't, I don't know. I don't know how good their life may be. So I mean, I could definitely see it, but the thing with me is, I don't never want nobody over here.
So that lifestyle, and this is not me. I'm just showing you my hand. That lifestyle would be dope for you because you don't want to do lay up with you every night. But if you got that one guy, and that's why I'd rather just make my point on the male side of things. Like I got that chick and we got that agreement. She not tripping on who I'm with when we're not together. But when it's time for us to have that release, we there for each other.
So how many days per week are we talking?
It's not even that serious. Like with me getting up there, I could go a month sometimes. It ain't
Oh, okay, that
yeah.
ain't too bad.
Yeah. So if
I was
let's
thinking
say
maybe
we in
like
that
twice a week.
situation,
I was about
with
to say,
me it's
damn, that's a lot of fucking
I,
energy.
so you know I understand what you are, Solo. And when somebody is focused on what they're trying to do, that is against the release. You putting so much of your energy in trying to be creative. You can go 2 weeks, 3 weeks easy just for the build up, and then you have that moment. So it sounds like you don't want a nigga laid up with you every night. That's what it sounds like, right?
I don't want them over here once a month.
Right. You like Oprah? Oh, what's not Oprah Winfrey? Whoopi Goldberg. What Whoopi Goldberg says she don't want nobody in her house. I get
I
that.
do not want nobody in my house.
I get that. So that's just me sharing my experience, and it's a dope lifestyle to have. I get to have all the lady friends I want to kick it with and take out and stuff like that. I mean, because it's different dynamics. You may get along with the lady friends socially better, but this sexual connection with this chick, I'm not giving that up unless this chick is really, got the total package. That's all I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, y'all say it with me in the comment section too. When it's all said and done, at the end of the day,
Niggas want some pussy.
and it don't have to be every night. You know what I mean? To each his own. Everybody's sex drive is different. I'm more focused. I don't have shit to show for what my body count is with the females. I want creative stuff to show. Praying for a full life. But when it's that time for me to take my last breath, how do I show how many women I've been with? I can show the creative content I put in this world when it's time for me to transition to the next experience. And so it's not that serious for me. It's more about what I'm trying to get done. That I'm trying to throw a Hail Mary to the future, 100 years from now. Whether the people who are alive with me right now get it or not, hey, that's one thing. But if I'm speaking quarterback talk right now. If I'm throwing a Hail Mary to the future, 100 years from now, like Tupac said, I might not get it done in Pop lifetime, but he gonna spark the brain, and he did exactly that. Let me get back to the conversation. So I'm sharing my experience with you, Solo. That's just something to think about and consider. It's, to each his own. All right. Time say definitely want that wet. Ain't nothing better than being straight up. So time can relate. Ain't nothing better than being next to a woman for real. I don't know what these women think about us. I don't really care, but I know how I feel about it. Yeah, for sure. I'm with you on that. There's no better feeling. So when Solo said they make things for that, that's on you, Solo. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Solo, maybe you should have moved to Florida with him. DV
What he
all up in your
say?
shit. DV say, Solo, maybe you should have moved to Florida with him. Who was he talking about, Solo?
I didn't want to move to Florida.
He talking about the Palm Beach dude. That's right, I forgot about that. The dude, the little, yeah. All right. So where we at with it? Yeah, Tom, I'm in full agreement with you. There's no better feeling, for real. And romantic love is dope too. Don't get it twisted. When I make that statement, like if a true connection, if a romantic companionship comes along with that, that's it's the difference between sex drive and romantic companionship. But as somebody said earlier, nowadays everything is transactional. So it's almost like true romantic companionship, but what people call true love is like that shit is fading away. So what are we left with? Transactional love.
I'm not settling for that.
Allie, you my girl, Allie. Because I'm not gonna jump in you and Puma Fist conversation, but I was about to say that, Allie, you my girl for real. Allie said, "What about Jesus? Because Jesus didn't have no family. That's my girl." Damn
But
from
y'all
the
know
time you brought me on
that's
this
what y'all
platform,
say about women. Y'all
me
say
and
I want
Allie
perfect.
C, we on the same mental frequency for real. I'm keeping up with their little back and forth. And I didn't want to
He be on his
respond to Puma
ass.
Fizz, but Allie did it for me. What about Jesus? Jesus have spiritual offsprings. Jesus didn't have no kids. That's my girl there.
Shit.
Mine. That's what I'm talking about. Time. I just want a husband for real.
Solo
I
sound like
got
she having
pictures
a
from.
time of her life, and I get that, Solo. I kind of have an idea of the way you are in your life, and do your thing. If you're having a time of your life, you don't want nobody in your shit every day. I get that. I think some of the other points that was being made that at some point, you might realize, you do want a warm body,
But
but
I
that's
did.
on you. It's
I
your
just
life to
said I
live.
wanted a
Huh?
husband. I just said I wanted a husband.
But you said you don't even want a nigga in your house once a month. Your
I
husband can be
know,
with
but that
you
don't
every
mean I won't
day.
put up with. But that don't mean I won't put up with my husband being here.
So the impression you give me is when you meet that right guy, everything you saying right now gonna change. That's the impression. That's so by you,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
and that's
giving
usually
this
how
up
it
for
go
my
anyway.
husband. I'm giving all this up. Everything I'm living right now, I'm giving it up for my husband.
Ali C got his ass on the grill, right? That's my girl.
Mine, she be on
Yeah.
his ass.
There are teachers who are not parents, and the student feel more connected to them. Facts.
I am. He said Solo wants a wife. You know what? If the bitch gonna be cooking and cleaning, hell yeah.
Hit that like button. Shout out to SG for reminding us all. Yeah, back to y'all.
We gonna get a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. She gonna have her own bedroom, bathroom. Long as she cooking for me and cleaning for me, hell yeah. I'm on for that. I think men get a deal when they get a wife. They get a wife, they whole life change. So hell yeah, I would definitely be down with
All
that.
real men would agree to that. The problem is actually finding a wife. But yeah, it's a great thing when you got a woman that with
Girl,
you.
girl.
Yeah, yeah, I think Solo just blowing smoke. When she meet that right dude, she gonna be head over heels, as they say. It's just, and I hope that happens. So,
But you don't have to think that. I'm telling y'all that. I've been waiting on my husband.
do you Solo? Let me ask you this: do you give hints?
I don't date.
Well, dating and giving a guy a hint are two different things. So, if you see a guy who you're interested in, but he might not be giving you the attention you want, would you send some type of hint to him?
I
That
don't.
has nothing to do with dating. That's just you giving it. You can't. It could be a subtle hint, and whatever kind of hint you
Well,
want
I
to make
guess
it.
I've never like been put in that position.
That's why I'm asking you. I mean, I'm the resident OG for a reason. I got some years on you now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like I haven't met someone that I would marry. So how would I give him a
We
hint?
didn't even say married. This is a guy
But you
who
said
might be
you had
interested to
nothing to
you.
do with dating. So I thought you was talking about marriage.
No, I'm saying if you so how do you gonna know if marriage is even on the table until you get to know him? And how do you get to know him if you
I
don't
don't
send him a
know.
hint?
I was following you.
All right, so I'm asking you: have you ever gave a guy a hint that you may be in? It don't have to be a strong hint, and that's a question for the ladies in the
Well,
comment
I
section
would
too.
hit on you. I would hit on a
All right, so there
guy.
you go. All right, that's stronger than
Yeah,
the
I would
hint.
hit
All
on
right,
a guy
cool.
for sure.
All right, there you go. That's stronger
Yeah.
than. All right, point made. All right, because Tom disagreed with you. Tom say, I don't believe Solo would give a man any type of attention if he doesn't give her the attention first. So Tom, you kind of understand why I was going at with her. But she said she said she'll I guess in the process of you typing that she hadn't already addressed that. I can feel it in the way she talks. I kind of agree with you, Tom, but she disagreed with that. That brother
No,
has to
I
really look good for
would.
Solo to be hitting on him, and that's what she said. Time she said she'll actually hit on a dude. I don't get that impression from you, Solo, and that's why I went to the hint first.
No,
But
I
I think
hit
a
on
lot of chicks
guys.
miss out by not doing that. Let's see what LAC
No.
got. How about the topic that men had to blow up females like Dr. Bryant, and now look at how it has turned out. All right.
I'm not familiar with what's going on.
Making too many assumptions about Solo, and at least that's what I just did, darling. I asked her, do she give hints? So I mean, that's precisely
Women
what
don't
I
hit
asked
on
her.
men.
I asked her, do she give hints? You must have tuned out on that one. And
Allie.
Solo, your answer was stronger than you said. You don't. You go beyond hints. You actually hit on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like a hint. No, no. I was asking you whether do y'all get hit on by girls?
Do we what?
Get hit on by girls?
I get hints. That's what made me ask you that question.
Oh,
That
okay,
darling
you get
didn't
hit.
get. So I've always gotten hints until I got older. Like once I hit my late 30s and 40s, they kind of slowed down. But that's what made me ask you that question. Like sometimes I might not pay attention to a chick and she'll do something to get my attention and I'll understand that's a hint. And then it's on me to make that move. And women who have a certain sophistication about themselves, they're not gonna overdo it. They'll give you that little subtle hint, and if you don't pick up on it, they're moving on. From my experience. So yeah, Now, do I get hit on by women? No, not really. Hey, dude, what's your name? No, but they'll send a hint.
Yeah,
Huh?
because let me clarify. Because like if I ain't gonna hit on no dude at no store, or no shit like that. Like now, but if we're like at the same bar and we're sitting down and you're a stranger and I look up and I see you, or in a close range like that. But like I don't just like walk up to men and just hit like, hey, can I get your number? You look very
Well,
handsome.
that's what you just
Nah, I
said when you
ain't doing.
said you hit
But
on
no, that's why
men.
I'm clarifying because I
Oh,
will hit
good,
on men.
please.
Yes, that's why I'm clarifying because when you were talking, I was like, wait a minute, let me clarify. If I see a cute man at a store, I'm not walking up to hit on him. Not that.
Mhm.
But if I see an opportunity, like I don't necessarily just say, hey, can I get your number? I usually just spark a conversation with them and just talk, get to know them a little bit, and I'm deciding then whether or not I'm going to hit on you,
Got you,
right?
darling. My apologies. I hear you, Solo. My apologies, darling. I read that the wrong way. I'm like, damn, I did just ask her that. So you saying right? I was saying ask first, like you, Taj. You're the only one asking questions to get an idea of what Solo's mindset is. Got you. And Solo, so back to you, Solo. You said if you see a dude you like in the grocery store, take it from there.
Yeah, I'm not going to hit on you in a grocery store.
Uh-huh.
But if what I say hit on you, it's like if I find myself talking to you and I'm liking what I'm hearing, I'm liking what I'm seeing, I will like hit on you.
Who
Like
breaks the ice though, Solo? Let's get down to
I
this. We all
will.
grown
I
adults.
will. I will break
How
the ice.
Here's the scenario. You don't have to tell us how you break the ice. We're saying you may
Okay.
notice a guy, whatever location you want to choose, grocery store, wherever, sports event, you see a guy. How do you let him know? It could be the most subtle hint. Darla, this is a question for you, Ali. See anybody all the ladies in the comment section. How do y'all let a guy know, hey, shoot your shot?
I don't let them know to shoot their shot. See, I usually wait for like opportunity, right? I don't necessarily if it's never gonna be me just walking up to you saying that you're handsome and I want to get your number. I don't really
That's
do
hitting
that.
on him. So we got
That's
that
not
up.
okay, so that's why I'm clarifying because that's not
Good.
something that I do, right?
All right.
But what I'm saying is what usually happens is that I meet you and I'm talking to you, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking to you, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you because I find you attractive and I'm trying to get to know you before I decide whether or not I am going to like say you should take my number down or we should do something or something like that. See,
Who
like
starts the
that's not
conversation?
necessarily.
Who starts the conversation,
I don't
so?
have a problem. I don't have a problem starting the conversation.
All right, cool. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
You got it. So you have the courage to actually start the conversation. That's big. That's a great most. Now I'm not
Yes,
even trying to speak for most guys, huh?
because the conversation that I'm gonna have with you isn't gonna be about me hitting on you. It's just gonna be
Understood.
casual
No,
conversation. You know what I mean?
understood. And I'm not trying to speak for guys. I know in my personal situation, if a chick starts a conversation with me, I got it from there. I'm taking lead. I'm okay, Dan. If she not interested, we're gonna find out. But just from her starting the conversation with me, let's see where this goes.
See,
And
Darling knows what's going on.
from what I'm hearing, a lot of guys have checked out, and that's a way to get them to check in. Even I have checked out to a degree. It takes a lot for me to really say, okay, I'm about to walk across the parking lot to approach this lady. I'm kind of checked out from that because I was just sharing with you what my lifestyle is now. I kind of got everything I want and need at this point. So, but if a chick gives me a hint, that's why I asked you that. When I say a hint, that didn't even mean starting the conversation. If she starts the conversation, it's on from there. That's me. That's my green light to shoot my shot. Even if I play my cards slow. That's all I was saying.
No, I
So
get it. I
I
get
was
it.
asking
I
the
get it.
women, you, Darla, Ali C, and I think our women should kind of meditate on that. Like, what's a cool way to send a guy a hint to give him the green light
But
to
if
shoot his
but
shot?
if I look at you, I thought it was like what women used to do. Oh my God, I'm almost embarrassed to say. They will look at you too long. They be like, looking at you in a way. Is that not the hint?
Yeah, that's a strong hint.
Ain't that a
She's
strong
looking
hint?
at
Like
you. I mean, it don't get
I'm
no.
looking
Yeah,
at you more than long. I'm looking at you.
that's a strong hint. Eye
That's a
contact.
strong
Yeah,
hint,
yes, it is.
right?
Yeah. Yes, it is. A lady may say, I've had ladies ask me to reach something on a shelf that they could reach themselves. That's them giving me a hint. Hey, sir, would you grab this thing on the third? Like, you can reach that girl, but I got you. I may say some flirty words, and, if I'm on a mission, I'll let her know I caught what you just did. Bada boom, bada bing, give her a little flirt back, and then, we go from there. If I see you again, it's on. So that's what I'm saying. Look, I love us as a culture, and I want us to work through these roadblocks these brick walls we keep hitting. We need to understand each other. One thing I know for sure, we love each other. Yes, battle with the sexes. Yeah, we got our little beef shit going on. But what are the solutions? How do we get around
That
those? How do we
Solo,
get over that brick wall? How do we
he
bust through that
said
brick
that.
wall? How do we crack the
Taj,
combination? Huh?
he said I got man traits. What do you think?
No. Taj, the side eye is women's. Well, G man, you want exactly. Uh,
Yeah, I thought that was enough for y'all to know we hitting on y'all.
yeah, you
Um,
just said you said stare, but yeah, just
hey, Marcus, to answer your question, I think you pretty much asking a rhetorical question. You know the answer to that. That's crazy that you answered me this. You know good damn
off
well.
topic question. UAN TV, who you rooting for if Lakers play the Cavaliers? Wow, that's a chance. All right, in the finals, that could be a huge story. Wow, I didn't see that coming. I didn't know that was a possibility. All right.
Well, to answer that, first off, you know good damn well that's not going to happen. But to answer your question, you know damn well I'm going for the Cavaliers.
Time say ain't no beef between a man and a woman big enough than oxtail and beef brisket. I heard that, homie. I heard that. Speaking your mind is a man's trade. Lord.
Damn,
Darla.
damn, who said that?
Darla
She
said,
asked,
speaking your
she asked
mind is
that
a
in a
man. But she
man
put a question on that.
question. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Who
she
said?
asked it. Let me
Who
scroll up to
said?
see.
Damn.
Right.
Now DeMarcus said I got man traits.
Uh,
Oh.
I'm trying to
Solo
figure
got
out
a
what I
point,
said
Trey.
so bad.
So Darla, okay, I missed Darla comment. Darla say, I'll start a conversation with them to see if I catch a vibe. There you go. That's all I was trying to
Perfect.
get out of Solo.
That's exactly me.
I said, there you go. That's all I was asking. And my
Uh,
reason for asking that, from what I'm hearing, a lot of us dudes have checked out. Like, man, we tired, we tired of getting shot down. We tired of women leading us on, and it ain't what it is. So I think one way to kind of, get a dude to shoot his shot is to send a little hint,
I'm gonna
whatever
say
that
this,
hint may be.
y'all for the niggas that checked out, y'all speak for yourself. I ain't checked out. Damn, I'm here. I live. You shoot me down, I live. I live to flirt with the
Yeah,
next
that's real.
one. But I'm good now, though. I'm good with what I'm at. You know,
This nigga DV crazy. Yeah.
she don't know him. How she gonna approach him when she don't know him? She ain't seen him before. That's her counsel. Her counsel stepping in for her right now. She don't notice that, so she can't answer.
What are you saying? Solo's supposed to get one opportunity to shoot your shot. What you do? Um, I, I, gonna be hard. I'd rather you not be like I see if I only get 1 second with you to spark a conversation to determine whether or not I'm gonna hit on you, then it's just not meant to be. You can like if I'm coming into the restaurant and I'm about to order a drink and you're leaving the restaurant because you about to go, then it just wasn't meant to be.
Mhm.
How would I approach SG? SG too toxic. Or do I got him
Time.
mixed up with Grand
You
Man?
got them mixed up. That's what I said. Because
Or do I got him mixed up with Grand Man? I think I
you
got him mixed
do,
up
you do, yeah. I'm
with
like, you
Grand
don't really say
Man.
much. That's why, on behalf of my client, I answered it for you. I'm like, she
Yeah,
doesn't say it.
potentially. I don't think I know SG that much.
Right.
I think I know Grand Man.
Time say when I was young and I was playing football and baseball, yes, in 2026, I get more hints like a woman would look and look away. I know to make a move. There it is. We
Hey, that's a
social
fact, Ty.
cues.
That's a fact. That's a
Yeah,
fact. I'm never checked out because there's too many women that can check in. Facts.
straight up. That's real.
Say, talk
My
your shit.
bad, SG.
You see how she
Hey,
went and jump on me?
damn.
You ain't did nothing.
My bad. My bad.
That's join the party, man. She jump on me too, and I ain't did nothing.
I ain't even gonna respond to that. The chat know the truth.
The chat know the truth. You right. I don't be doing nothing. Just like Branford don't be doing nothing. Hey, that nigga stupid when he come in with that.
I love a good vibe.
I heard that.
And I like men. That's the other thing. Is that I really do like men. So I like to talk to men. I like to have fun with men. I think they're fun to be around. Um, they're natural protectors, so they gonna make sure you crossing the street right. They gonna open the door for you. They gonna make sure you got something to eat, something to drink. They gonna make sure you got everything you want. So I love being around men.
That's good to know, Solo. Shit. We are so good together as men and women that we find ways to be better than each other. That is so crazy because when we are together, we are great together. Simple. You're making some great comments, Time.
Mm-hmm.
You own one tonight. I ain't read one I disagree with yet. You on five tonight. All right. Where we at with it, y'all?
No, no, Demarcus. I don't think Harden can beat him because I know he's not going to get there. You asked me who would I be rooting for if this scenario happened.
He said LeBron James. Very interesting.
I
So
mean,
in
I
2026.
think so. I read the comment, and I think that we're talking about two different timelines of the relationship, right? If I'm asking if you're supposed to be courting me, that's in the beginning, right? But once I become your wife, that's when I start cooking and cleaning, right? So I know you, while you're courting me, you're not expecting me to cook and clean, right? Right? Right?
You asked me or him?
No,
Or you
I'm talking about him.
okay.
One for a popcorn
Like
drink.
being a gentleman. I mean, being a gentleman isn't see that's that pretend shit that I be talking about. It's whether you're a gentleman or you're not a gentleman. You're not gonna be a gentleman in the beginning and then be a terrible human being once I marry you. You were acting like a gentleman. So you're gonna be a gentleman whether somebody is treating you good or treating you bad, because that's who you are. Just like if you're a good woman, you're gonna be a good woman regardless of how someone else is treating you, because that's how you behave, right?
No, when you get married, solo, you are still supposed to date your wife. You are never supposed to stop dating your wife. That's why a lot of relationships die. Yep.
I mean, being a gentleman and dating. So, are you saying you guys are not doing that in the beginning, right? So, like, I don't really understand that. Cause how you dating somebody you're not being a gentleman to or being nice to?
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's possible. Because when I tell you my early years, I, I ain't know what it was look like to be nice to somebody. Yeah, no. Well, to be honest with you, one of my teachers in college noticed that about me, and she should start just talking to me about it, holding, like, being nicer, holding doors and stuff like that. I'm like, this shit was smart.
I don't. I mean, I don't think I like a. I think I don't deny that we like bad boys. I just think that it's a certain amount of bad boy he have to have in him. I want him to. So I don't disagree with that. I just don't think we like a guy that is like even 50% a bad boy or 25% a bad boy. I think we like men who has a little bit of that in them, but not someone who live their daily lives breaking laws and being a bad boy. I mean, but Tom said all men are going to be gentlemen on the first date. Why can't you just be a gentleman, regardless if the first date, the second date, the 100th date, the 1000th date, the 1000th date? Aren't you still going to be a gentleman because that's just who you are as a person, as a man? Or is that an act that you guys put on the first date?
An act.
That's
Of this,
insane.
of this
So
play.
then, so then you can't tell women to pick better if you guys are putting on an
I can't
act
even crack
in
jokes,
a
man.
relationship. No,
I,
I'm just saying. No, it is an act, though. It is an act. You were being honest. It is an act. Yeah, you were. Just like him.
no, mine know what's up, You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm good with mine.
What? What has being a gentleman and being chivalrous?
Guiding us men with you women, can you answer that question for me? That's a good
Don't
question.
y'all got don't y'all got wives? Or
Mm,
no?
mm.
Not to get a meal. Well, y'all need to pick better women. Just like y'all tell us.
You see,
Pick
you bring it up
better
to me.
women. I
Me,
mean,
me.
y'all sitting here complaining. Y'all sitting here complaining about women. Just like when we complain about men, y'all tell us to pick better men. I'm telling y'all, pick better women.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what the problem is. It worked. I agree. It worked both ways.
I agree with you, DeMarcus. It's absolutely rigged, and anything could happen. But there ain't nothing that happened. I think next year, perhaps, the Cavaliers, like, say if LeBron left and went to the Cavaliers, they'll rig it for him to get there. But nah, not right now.
What y'all want us to do?
I'm about to get ready to do some writing. I know that. I got to finish up this script. My plans got derailed due to them clowns towing my fucking car today.
Now let's see, shut Puma Fizz ass. Puma Fizz clocked out after that Jesus statement you made. And I was just thinking that shit too. I said, I'm gonna stay out there back and forth, but you came right with it, like, hey. But that's it. What's going on, y'all? That's a wrap. About to.
Yeah, I'm about to leave y'all. Good night, y'all.
Damn. When Solo say that shit, you got 3 seconds to say goodnight.
Yeah, I always do that and jump right out the bitch.
For real. She don't wait for the response or nothing.
And
Yeah. So when Solo say that shit, your ass got a millisecond to respond. She out.
yeah, motherfucking hard. I be trying to tell y'all, she talking about an act. What Solo is showing y'all online is the act. Y'all should see this bad.
What?
I'm trying to find that comment from y'all.
What's
See before we
different?
log off.
Oh, nothing.
That's my
You
girl.
100% correct. You right.
I know.
Anyways, though,
And so yeah, we only did 3 hours tonight, but yeah, we started late. So
yeah, we started late though. Appreciate that, Ron. All right, hey, big shout out to you, Tom. Hey,
Whatever, grand mine. Please.
facts, my boy, facts. I'm trying to get
Please.
y'all to see it, bro. I'm trying to get each and more. I'm trying to get y'all to see it.
No, it's just y'all collectively. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to spark another debate. I don't want y'all to think that I hate. And that's the other thing is that anytime you criticize black men, you run a risk of being called you hate black men, and that's definitely not the
That
case.
sounds like what y'all do to us.
Please.
Facts. We get that way more than y'all. We say that about y'all.
And you know what? When we bring in the same thing goes the same way. It goes both ways, but you guys won't acknowledge that because anything we bring up something that black men do, y'all say, "Oh well, black women do the same thing," but then have an issue when we do it. You say black women do this, we say, "Oh, black men do it too," and it's like we can't talk about black women issues without them bringing up black men. But y'all do the exact same thing. I just think y'all should be the leaders and take the accountability first. Bye, y'all. I'm going to sleep.
all right.
All right, y'all. It's done. Done kicking that today.
We back on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
All
Be
right,
back.
all right. Have a good night. All right, good night, everybody. Good night, Darla. Everybody,
All right,
Alex G and the rest of the crew. Shout out to everybody else. Much love till next time. Grandman say solo word salad. He said something. I'm scrolling up to catch some of the comments I missed. I started.
I just